Who knew? Who knew? Not me. Not me, I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much, Anonymous. I had no idea. You're telling me now for the first time? I'm hearing this now for the first time. This is the first time I've heard this. I'm hearing it just now for the first time. I didn't realize that that Trump was racist. Nobody told me. Why did nobody tell me that? Guys, I had to learn this on my own. Nobody told me Trump was racist. Like, nobody. Okay, why am I just now learning this? Why am I just now learning this, chat? Who decided to keep this information withheld? Okay, which one of you fuckers did it? All right, grassroots, was it? Who was it? Who was it? Who did it? Who did it? All right, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. AKA, good to see you, brother. I don't know where Connor is. I don't know what's going on with Connor. I hope he's okay. Genuinely, sorry, from the bottom of my heart, I hope he's okay. But I sent him a little message saying, hey man, hope you're good. But like, it's not like I'm a big deal, so it's not like he has to talk to me. I'm just a shitter in his chat. I'm sorry, I stole the nuke launch codes. Oh no, oh god. Fat Mouse Gaming's about to undo like 50 years of progress over in Twitch chat. Oh, I wonder why it's not connected to YouTube. Sorry, Santa let you down, but he told me not to tell. Oh, dude, you're all good. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. I would rather Connor, you know, take care of his shit than come back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? World's gonna end, so sorry. Well, it's been real, Fat Mouse. I'm sorry I don't have my controller, or else we'd be doing Lords of the Fallen probably tonight. But unfortunately, the cord broke. The controller itself still probably works. I just need to see if there's like a replacement cord I could get. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. So we'll see. We'll see. AKA said he hasn't posted on Twitter for 10 hours. I mean, I don't think the dude's dead or anything, but he's probably just, you know, busy or something. That's my guess. My guess is he's busy with real life shit. And he has, you know, even less reason to tell people what's up than me. Anonymous said, I don't remember half the country saying Trump was racist and the other half sweeping the hell out of it. Nope, I don't remember any of that. Nope, didn't happen. Didn't happen. Well, QC John, I thought I was getting my GTA stream tonight. It feels bad. Dude, I fucking wish, but the sale ended quicker than I thought, so I got fucked there. And then on top of that, I keep trying the Epic thing, but I think I have to rename one of my drives, and I don't know what to rename it to. So I'm gonna have to see if there's some way to like offload the program and then load it back on, because all the ways I've tried to delete it out, it didn't work. So Fat Mouse Gaming almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. True. Oh, too bad for you. You missed the sale. Yes. Yes. Well, I had it going. I had it in the fucking cart. And then I think the, fuck. It's only $30. That's not too bad. I could still do that. All right. Call it GTA for what, QC John? That's what we'll call it. That's what we'll call it. I think that works. All right. Okay. How's everybody doing? Everybody having a good night? Hope everybody's having a good night. I'm having a pretty good night. I went to Costco. Got a lot of hot dogs and a lot of other stuff too. That's probably more important than the hot dogs. But I enjoyed the hot dogs a lot, so, you know. It was yummy wummy. Oh, and then we went to Kava. I don't know if you guys have been to Kava. Kava's fucking fantastic. 12 out of 10, would recommend. Fashion 40, yo. Good to see you. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you, man. We're here. We made it. We made it to Friday. We made it to Friday, guys. I can't believe it sometimes, you know? Feels like the week takes forever, and then holy fuck, we're here. It's good time. Kava is cool. I used to work right around the corner from one. I love it, man. I love it. I think it's great. Just delicious. Sorry. There's no ice in this, but you know. Yeah, it was family life stuff. I'm hoping it's nothing too big. I'm hoping it's nothing too big, nothing too bad. We did, and on this Friday, the president gave my black ass a surprise. What did he give you? Oh, yeah, he did. Paul JK, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, we're here. It's a beautiful, beautiful Friday night. Had I had my thing plugged in, I would have the strobe lights going. But I don't have it plugged in right now, and I don't feel like putting it up because I suck. But you know, we're here. We're here. So I want to see if I can find the actual video first before we get started. AKA said, just didn't feel like a weekday at work because today literally everyone was gone, not streaming. Yeah, I know. It was weird. It was really weird. It felt like nobody was like doing anything until like I think Hutch was on for a bit, but I only watched a little bit of that before I swapped off to like I think I watched like a Nicholas Diorio and then a Papa Gut like VOD or whatever. Oh, Fat Mouse, I'm looking forward to gaming. Fuck yeah, dude. It's a good time. It's a good time. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, I just need to make sure I get the right the controller cord or possibly a new controller. If it's a new controller, it's going to be a minute. If it's a controller cord, it won't be as long. Let me see if I can find the actual post. I don't want to do New York Times because they're probably not going to show me. I had to entertain myself with Peter Boghossian videos. Oof. Oof. I don't want a reaction. I want to see the actual post. Probably be easier if I had fucking Twitter, but let me see if this has it. Where is it though? It's not there. Really? So they're not actually going to show it? What the fuck is the point? Here it is. Oh, that's not it. Fuck. Let me see if this has it. Sorry. I know I should have things up and ready to go, but I suck. I'm a bad streamer. Where is it? Do they not have it? For real? For real? On God? On God? They don't have it? They're not gonna... Oh, here it is. I saw it for just a second. Alright, let's watch it first. It's bad. I disavow. But we gotta watch so we can get context. Let me... Okay. Was it Trump or was it the auto scroll excuse a lie? No, the auto... I have no idea. I don't think it was Trump recording it. Real quick. No need to thank me, Bubby. I appreciate you boys doing this. It's entertainment and good conversation with the boys. Oh, appreciate it, Weld. I'm always happy to be here, man. Always happy to be here. But real quick, so... First of all, my first initial thoughts, I don't think Trump posted it personally. It was posted on his Truth Social. I think it was probably an intern. Hey, Cross Current Politics, thank you for following the Twitch. I appreciate it, Baratna. Even if I don't really use it for much. Because we'll see. I hope Twitch has a bounce back, man. I hope it has a bounce back. I mean, it's not like it's bad or anything. It's good for discoverability, but YouTube's what I'm hoping for. Beef Supreme, good to see you, brother. Good night. How you doing? I volunteered to stay late and work on a project, so you know, here we are. Damn, dude, staying late on a Friday working. I fucking love you, man. Oh yeah, politics. That's right. Beef, you're a boss. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So real quick, my thoughts on the video. I don't think Trump posted it himself. I don't think Trump directed his intern to post the fucking monkey thing. But I do think that it's bad. Oh, that was for politics, JK. That's fair. You are here to be my monkey and keep me interested while you get your hours. True. How was your first week, by the way? Let me know how your first week was of the welding stuff. But anyway, yeah, I don't think that what we're looking at is a case of like Trump himself posting it, but because it was done on his behalf, and even if it is a gaffe and a fuck up and it's like a second or two, it's just not a good look. It's not a good look for like the culture of the White House, I guess, if those kinds of videos are like, you know, close enough to being shared where you can swipe up and then swipe down. One of those things where I just don't think it's necessarily the best, but also I don't think it's Trump's fault directly. It's a huge fuck up. Yeah, it's a huge fuck up. Because even if you can explain away the video as like even if you can explain away oh, this was like a meme from like 2024 or something, and it had all these different Democrats acting as monkeys or whatever. It's specifically the fact that whatever video that was only has the Barack and Michelle Obama part. It doesn't have any other part. That much is like, that video in particular is specific. I don't think that some intern was like, I can't wait to sneak in this message, and then went up and down. I think they fucked up really bad. Someone who's not even playing Galaga at the White House. SMH, they should be playing Galaga. Probably, honestly, would be better. Well, QC John said his first week was really good, made it through all the introduction and welding lessons to get acclimated in the shop and welding booths, had the students start cutting material and ready to go Monday. Fantastic, man. That's awesome. Because it's 6 weeks or 12 weeks. I want to say it's 12 weeks. I don't know why that's coming to mind, but it could also be 6. If it's 6 weeks, then hell yeah, dude, you're hitting the ground running fantastically. If it's 12 weeks, holy shit, you're really fucking, like, sounds like you got a good batch this time, man. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. Beef said he sells medical supplies. We got to get it large. Oh, nice. Children's medical AFO braces. A large shipping container came in today. Oh, damn. Beef, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We will see. I just want to watch the video first. I just want to like get a ground line of the video. I don't really care what this lady has to say. So it's 12 weeks, three nights a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 to 9, based. All right.
This racist.
That is really bad. Sorry, let me move my face. That's really fucking bad. I don't think that any, like, you can't, and again, let me be clear. It's not like they posted this meme in particular on like that's it, but it is there for at least like a second on the video where the dude swipes down and then swipes back up, because I saw that. Fat Mouse said, I also hope you don't mind me not really watching all the political stuff, mainly here for you. I just have politics fatigue. Oh yeah, dude. Fat Mouse, I totally get it, man. If you literally just want to stop by when I'm doing gaming shit, I can tag you in particular and be like, hey, it's gaming. I don't want you to feel like you have to sit here and listen to shit that you'd rather not hear, because I feel like everybody's here for something. Obviously, when I was first streaming, I started with gaming, and that's like how we, you know, bonded and shit. And I don't want you to feel like you have to be here for all my streams. If it tires you out, bro, don't worry about it. All right, that's the last thing I want to do. The last thing I want to do for anybody is like make them feel like they have to be here. So don't worry about it. Great start. I know, right? I know. It's a great start for Weld. He's doing good. But anyway, this is obviously fucking terrible. Probably shouldn't be doing this.
As you can see, the faces of former President Barack Obama, the former First Lady Michelle Obama, are put onto. Moments ago,
it's just really bad. It's just not good. Okay, it's just not good. This is not good. We shouldn't have any posts with that. Let me see. I want to see who's defending it, because I think that's crazy. Oh, too lazy to learn welding. That's fair. Just prep and paint. Nice. So this is interesting. As we read here, Trump said later Friday that he won't apologize for the post. I didn't make a mistake. That is a really interesting thing to say the day after. That is incredibly. Why would you say that? I feel like even if it wasn't you personally, like you can just say, yeah, I made a mistake in hiring that staffer. I made a mistake giving it, like just owning up to something small like that, I don't think is the end of the world. But then again, when it comes to Trump and stuff, like that whole thing survives on never apologizing, never hearing about the bad things, only hearing about the good things and proselytizing the good things. So, you know, well, let me mute. I feel like me sucking down this drink is probably annoying. The only person who would want to hear that isn't here right now, and that's fucking Grass. I'm not touching Grass right now. I'm just missing him dearly. So they blamed it on a staffer, which is fair. It probably was a staffer. I don't think Trump is the one fat fingering this. Like, I don't think Trump knows how to video record his screen, right? I know boomers, and none of them know how to work their phones that well. I would be incredibly surprised. Sorry, someone called me. Dude, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. So, Fat Mouse, I said exactly that. I don't want you to have to feel like you know, have to slog through politics shit if it fucks with your mental, or it's just not something you want to hear. I can let you know specifically like when I'm doing gaming streams. We might get to some tonight. I'm just really not sure. If we do, it'll probably be Tainted Grail because I'm still really into that. Or it could be Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I don't want you to have to feel like that. And if you don't feel like that, fantastic. I'm glad. But if you do, I can let you know. I don't mind being like that because we're homies and I'm doing new things and not everybody's going to like that. And that's okay. You know, I just appreciate you showing up when you do show up. There's another post in Connor's Discord where he was reviewed. It didn't really condemn it too much. We'll see. Yeah, he didn't really condemn it. It doesn't seem like. He said it's not a mistake, which is a really fucking crazy thing to say. I think you can just own up to that. You can just say, hey, this one kind of sucks. This one's really bad, guys. This one's pretty bad. But I guess not. Oh, yeah, they did a lot of the 2020 election stuff, which is already pretty bad. Like, it's bad enough that it was off the 2020 shit, and then I still have you on in the background and commenting when I can. Oh, dude, I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you. Biggest Trump sleeper is probably Rob Noor. That dude he can sweep for Trump better than anybody else I've seen, and I've seen a lot of good sweeps. All right, I've seen a lot of people who can sweep pretty hard. That guy can fucking sweep. Oh, let me see. So, didn't look like an Obama. So Obama spokesperson had nothing to say. It is, of course, literally just a meme. Quick scene of two jungle primates with the Obama smiling faces imposed onto them. It's so fucking bad. But again, like, it's a separate video. It's a meme that shows Trump as king of the jungle and depicts Democratic leaders' animals, including Joe Biden, who is white, as a jungle primate eating a banana, which I think is really just to get around the whole racist thing. If you wanted to be safe, right, you could just make, like, you could make the Obamas like fucking zebras, and I think that would probably be less offensive than making them literal fucking, like, monkeys. Like, that's just so bad. That's just so bad, man. But that's the meme maker. That's not Trump, and Trump's intern is not necessarily at fault there. He's just at fault for being a fucking idiot and swiping up and swiping down. Trump will say it's not that bad now, but in 4 days he'll fire. There's gonna be like 5 people who get fired and shit for this. Right now he's saying it's chill, it's cool, but it just has to, like, you know, boil over, like with the ICE stuff. Like, it just took enough people going, that was fucked up, that's fucked up, for him to be like, okay, it was fucked up, and those people are gone now, we're good. If you just didn't see my comments in Discord, I'm essentialist. No, I saw that, Fat Mouse, and, like, dude, trust me, I have, like, had a journey in the past, like, I don't know, 5 to 6 years, moving from more of, like, libertarian right to libertarian left. And I don't begrudge anybody for any of their beliefs. I don't care who you voted for. As long as you can explain to me, like, hey, I voted for X guy for like, Y reason. As long as you can give me that, that's enough for me. I don't really care outside of that. I feel like most people fall in the center, realistically, unless you're really in tune with politics and shit. Most people can agree to, I would say, like, 98% of things, as long as they're worded the right way. And ultimately, politics is about wording things the right way for enough people. But we're so, like, trapped in on the tribalist shit that we just never end up actually wording things the right way for everybody. But hey, that's how it goes. Politics JK, this is a problem where online memes that no one on the internet would think too much about, but the mainstream loses it. Yeah, exactly, Politics JK. It's one of those things where, like, the internet has its culture. I mean, even in an internet culture, it's pretty like, you still shouldn't be making, you know, fucking the president and the first lady, former first lady, into, well, who are African American, into monkeys. Like, that's just kind of fucked up and stupid. But at the same time, yeah, like, I remember seeing that meme, I think, and it wasn't as big of a deal. Mainly because you had the Joe Biden thing, but without it, it's obviously just, like, a million times worse. So in other words, you went from listening to Jason Aldean to listening to Avril Lavigne in your move from pop country to pop punk. Shut up. Kinda, maybe. No, I don't listen to pop punk, bro. Lou Blanchett, Trump was a what? You're never gonna believe this, okay? But Trump's intern posted this shit, bro. Posted this picture right here. Hold on, sorry, you can't see it because I'm in the way. But yeah, man, that shit happened. Also, Fellrunner, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. That shit's wild. That shit's wild. We live in a wild time. Politics JK, of course not, but if some Groyper did this one, everyone would shake their head and say disavow. Of course, Politics JK, of course. I think that, like, the average bog standard Republican can kind of get away with it because they can always say, what? No, I'm not racist. I abhor racism. You know, Republicans were the ones who freed the slaves, right? Like they can do that, but a Groyper is just going to be like posting that and saying, yes, all black people are like they're going to be saying shit like that. Like that's Groypers, okay? That's just what they do. And everybody would be like, ooh, that's bad. But it is really not good. King of the Jungle and the Democrats as characters from The Lion King. That's so fucking stupid, bro. That's so fucking stupid. I didn't see Tim Scott's response. We can see that. Fat Mouse Gaming. I didn't vote for Trump or Kamala. I voted for RFK because he wasn't either of them. Fair. Fair. I mean, he's in the... I personally couldn't vote for RFK because of his voice. His voice just kills me. I can't stand it, but hey, man, he's not either one, so. No way. The reputationally Saint Trump posted something so outlandish. Fake news media. True. True, it's fake news. That's why they deleted it, because it was fake news. So now they can retroactively say, hey, actually, that wasn't true, dickheads, and you all got fucking played. Damn it. We should have known. AKA, you're talking about Caroline Levitt. I would feel bad for her, too, if she wasn't, like, really, really good at, like, her job. If she wasn't good at being a liar and shit, I'd feel bad, but she's really good at it, so. Tim Scott's response is the right response, but it gives the game away. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it'll be in this article here. That would be awesome. Let me see. AF Racing, good to see you. Counterpoint Troika said, yes, we know you don't have the mental capacity to have earned your position without DEI, and they still idolize them. I mean, yeah, fair. Fair. Fair, fair, fair. AF Racing, fair. Hope you're doing well, by the way, man. Hope you're having a good weekend. Oh, here's Tim Scott. So I found his thing. Real quick, let me read some chats. Lou Blanchett, it's conspiracy, but the most evil, most horrible. I mean, they're really the worst of the worst far left media, the liberal agenda. True, Lou Blanchett, true. They're so bad that they're totally quoting what the man says. It's terrible. It's terrible. How can they do this? Bud123 said, hey, how's it going? I took a rest day after going to the gym 4 days in a row. Based. I tweaked my laugh calf. Uh-oh, not based. So I could not do leg day today, but I plan on going to the gym this weekend. Bud123, just like, take it easy. Make sure your calf is nice and stretched out, and then go lighter. Like, don't try to overcompensate for that leg. Go light enough so that way your leg, like both legs can work. I know that. Yo, I just saw your world map. Nice. Thanks, dude. Hold on, you point that way. Thanks, man. Thanks. I love it. I love it. I used to be a teacher, so it's the same world map that I used then, and kids would clown on me because they'd ask me where countries were. Sometimes I knew where they were, sometimes I didn't. That's how it goes. You're not American then? I am American then. I know, that's crazy, right? Lou Blanchett, I bet you never thought about a fucking American having a world map. Oh, Jesus. And then Anonymous said, Caroline Levitt is scum. She deserves worse than she gets. That's probably fair, but hey, I'm going to try to be nice. American worth a world map? Holy shit. If there's one thing I want you to know, Lou Blanchett, it's that I am an enigma. I'm very different because I actually like the world. Yeah, I'm on Twitch too. I do Twitch and I do YouTube, but I'm trying to promote the YouTube more. I'm just terrible at it. Same Bubby, Holy Gorilla fan. I'm only here for a minute. Calm me down till my quest gets its shit together and do some laps. Based, AF. Based. I hope you have a good time. YouTube took away my wrench and replaced it with a shield. Oh, cool. Yeah, you have a wrench on my end, but... Oh, yeah, everybody liked the stream. Don't forget about that. Don't forget. My world map is spinning. Oh, dude, see, I wish I had a nice globe. But when I was teaching, it was better to have, like, an actual world map that kids could look at and, like, touch and shit. Because globes, especially with American kids, get thrown around like they're fucking football sometimes. So, you know. Your map is wrong. New Zealand isn't a place. Isn't there, like... It's like some statistical anomaly where some town in Germany may or may not exist. Something like that. We can disperse crowds. Fell Runner, we fuck up crowds, I'll tell you what. Canada is place. Place. I promise my country is too small to even see. Lou Blanchett, I guarantee you, though, it's probably a good country. Hopefully it's a good country. Does it say Gulf of America? No, dude, this is from, I think Crimea might belong to Ukraine. That's how old this map is. I think. I'm pretty sure. It doesn't have as, like, contested or anything either. So this map is pretty old. Well, I say pretty old, but to me, it's like, oh, it probably came out in, like, I don't know, like, what, 2010, 2011? But then I'm like, yeah, that is kind of old. A lot of shit has happened. It's like a, you know, well, like 16 years. My biceps, back, and chest are significantly bigger and more defined, even though I did not... Based! That might be considered a historical map by the end of Trump term. Honestly, it might. I'm going to hold on to it. It's honestly in really shitty shape because I've had to tear it down and put it back up so many times. But, you know, Lou Blanchett said it's a great country, the best of the best, almost as good as the US of A. Honestly, brother, right now, unless you're living in a hellhole dictatorship, I think you're probably doing all right. I'm Monegasque. Oh, nice. Nice. Well, hey, dude. Fucking good to see you over there. I hope things are going well for you. I don't know what time of day it is, but I hope it's, either a good night or a good morning. It's morning, right? Hold on. You're quite a few. You're over the like primary. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that would be. I feel like that's like 3 a.m. Okay, so you're out late, dude. Holy shit. Good morning. When your world map is bigger than your TV, you might be a teacher. True. Dude, aka it's so fucking funny. And I'm sorry, I know I was reading something and I have Tim Scott thing here and we're gonna get back to it. But aka it's so funny. I had a buddy over and like we'll hang out or whatever down here. And sometimes we'll watch TV, but other times like we'll just sit there and just like he'll point at a place on the map and we'll just talk about something historical for a little bit because we're fucking nerds. It's so great. It's so great. A well-traveled relic from before the second Dark Ages, $5 grand, 100%, man. This shit's gonna be aged, all right? It's gonna be like an aged map that you can sell as a classic. I'm gonna have my kids keep it, pass it down to their fucking family for 3 generations, then we'll sell it. In terms of shape on the map, I think the most aura goes to Kazakhstan. Ooh, you know what? Let's pull it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Let me pull up. Because I can see the world map back there, and you're right. Like, Kazakhstan does look really good. But let's pull up a political world map so we can show everybody how badass Kazakhstan looks. How about that? All right. This one looks like an all right one. Let me see. Can I save this perchance? All right. Kazakhstan is absolutely aura farming here. Oh, let me move my face. Let me move chat. And you can see Kazakhstan is right here. Aura farm. Hold on. I can't move it the way I want to. Okay. But right here. Aura farm. Look at that. That is a really good shape. That is a solid shape. That is a commanding shape. Even cut off part of Uzbekistan and said, get fucked. It's fantastic. Does it say Constantinople or Istanbul? I'm pretty sure it says Istanbul. This is like it's a fairly modern, non-modern map, you know? It's okay. I wrapped my tweaked left calf on a scarf to compress it. Nice, nice, bud. I'm glad that works. Is there a Sudan or a South Sudan? There is a South Sudan on this map. There is a South Sudan. Is Kosovo independent? I think Kosovo is independent. I'd have to get up, and I don't really feel like getting up right now. Sorry. I guess I could, but you're not going to be able to hear me even if I scream like, oh yeah, Kosovo's independent. So I don't know if that's going to help. The small framing of your cam is perfect. Can't even tell how too high the T. Fuck off! Okay? AF Racing, you fucking jerk. Stop being mean to me. I'm going to get a really big TV up there one day, and then you're going to feel fucking foolish because you'll be like, wow, that looks perfect. It's not too high, okay? It reclines. This right here, it's electric. It reclines. Stop it. No, don't put me on r/TV too high. Don't do it. Everybody will come by the stream and see it. It's in line with my head. That's perfect. The framing is perfect, okay? I could put something on that TV. It would just be very small and you wouldn't be able to read it. If I was cool, I'd put chat up there, but then nobody could read it. And I'm not cool. Nah, that's the end goal. 85-inch would be perfect. If I had 85 inches to spare, they'd all go to my fucking knees. All right. So let's read what Tim Scott has to say before I get too distracted again by chat. So the U.S. Senate's lone black Republican, Tim Scott of South Carolina, called on Trump to take down the post, praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House, said Scott, who chairs Senate Republican midterms campaign arm. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. This motherfucker is saying this is the most racist thing they've seen out of the White House. It's pretty racist, specifically racist towards black people, maybe? I don't know, though. Was Trump the one who said there's, like, good jobs and black jobs or something? That's pretty racist. That's a good one. I don't know. That's a tough question. That's a tough call. That's a tough call. Racist, this White House? Lou, Blanchett, I know, dude. I know. Look, I'm not trying to blow your mind here, okay? But I think this administration might be a little racist. Change it to 1080p and you can probably see the gaps in the pixels. True. True. Get a smaller TV like Michael Scott. That's really the way to do it. My computer monitor is 65 inches, 4K. Holy fuck, beef. That's insane. An 85-inch TV, I just don't understand that. AF Racing. Like, what do you do? How do you watch that? How do you watch that? You know your wife loves you when she come home with a pizza, a case of beer, and a box of donuts? Bro! Holy shit, Weld. What the fuck? Damn, is she playing fucking, I was gonna say Mick Jagger, but I know that's not it. Is she playing fucking, oh my god, dude, that's fantastic. You just look at the whole wall. Fair. Get a smartwatch and then a telescope. That's really the way to do it. Put chat on the telescope, bro. I got chat on the telescope, guys. I like the 65-inch. That seems big enough. I feel like a 65-inch is a good size TV, right? This one is, I want to say it's like a 24, maybe a 32-inch. I think it's a 32-inch. And it worked well when it was like my TV on a nightstand or whatever, but or not on a nightstand, but like on my dresser. But yeah, it's obviously a little too high, and then obviously it's too small for the space. But we have a big TV. We're just waiting on money to be able to hire somebody to hang it because it's really big. Personally, any display over 6 inches is too big for me. Lou Blanchette, true. My wife calls this one the, this is the big screen right here. Right here, this is all you need. This is the big screen. Like a 13-inch laptop is too much. No Def Leppard, Bryan Adams, or Journey yet. Well, QC John, when Journey gets going, man. God bless. Whoa, no 65 inch is good for my PC. 200 is good size for a TV. Damn, buy some glasses, beef. Holy shit. Holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. Goddamn. The Piletron. I want a mini dome when those do come out. True, that'd be 6. A 7-inch Steam Deck is perfect. Lou Blanchette. Nothing wrong with 3 inches, okay? 4 inches, too big. 3 inches is perfect. I built our projector screen and put curtains around it like the movie theater. That is so cool, beef. That's so cool. Holy shit. 123 said, I put my TV on my desk and that's fine. 32-inch 720p. Oh, dude. Hey, dude, free 99 is the best fucking deal. All right. AF Racing with 200 inches, you don't even need eyes. No shit. Dog, with 200 inches, bro, that's just a wall. You're just literally taking a wall of your home, like a side of your home, and saying, this plays fucking music videos now. Holy shit. Beef Supreme said, my eyes are good. My wife wanted the projector in the living room. That's pretty base, though. A projector in the living room is really cool. Lou Blanchett said the original iPhone was 3.5 inch is maybe perfect. I don't know. I like having a good amount of screen if I'm going to watch something on the phone. But also I normally watch shit at my computer anyway, so I'm here at my desk all fucking day, except for this week. This week I was working all week. That sucked. This is where I watch Counterpoint debates. Basically, hey, this is where I watch them at night and during the day. I have it as a third monitor. I have my vertical 2K 180 hertz gaming monitor and a smaller 1080p based. That's the way you got to do it, man. I want 3. Brother Kaiju, yo. Well, we just missed going over a little bit of some of the response. I, of course, have the picture pulled up ready to go for anybody who wants to see it. This is probably one of the most racist things I've seen in my life. Well, actually, I don't know if I can say that because I've seen a lot of fucked up shit. But this is pretty bad, right? Like, I don't think anybody has to say, ooh, that's not bad. Like, that's really bad. And Trump didn't really apologize. And we were reading that Tim Scott here, the lone black Republican male senator, said, hey, yo, this is the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House, which got us thinking, well, hey, there's been a lot of racist shit that's coming out of the White House. Is this really the most? And I don't know. I think it depends on who you ask. Because they've been really racist towards, like, fucking Hispanic people. But this is probably the most racist towards black people the admin has been. The male senator, not like, you know, the male senator, but like the male senator. You know what I'm saying? Bud123, I accidentally banned counterpoints and then I unban him. That's so fucking funny. What the fuck did Tim Scott mean praying it was fake? That what was fake? Well, obviously AF that the whole thing was fake. I don't know what that means. It was real. It was very real. Like, I don't know how you didn't see that and go, ooh, that one fucking sucks. Like, holy shit. He is a letter? Kinda. Fell Runner said, this is exactly the Tea Party level racism. I'm surprised anyone cares at this point in the timeline. Well, here's the thing, right? Wait, was that an accident? Well, what? Banning counterpoints? Probably. Thought you were being based? True, bud. You could be really based if you were just like, no, I meant this. Fuck you, Connor. You can't even post on your own goddamn channel that you're fucking a part of, that you're streaming on right now. I really hope that Barack and Michelle aren't actually gorillas. That would be fucked up. Tell me it ain't so, Trump, right? Right, AF? Like, what the fuck are we saying here, dude? Tim Scott waiting for his chance to cash in for a new cabinet spot. I mean, AKA, this might be how he does it, you know? This might be it. He might be making it happen. He might be making it happen with this. He said, no, let me be the CEO of racism. I can do it better. Hell yeah, the TV used to be a work of art. True. I mean, it would be really okay, but like, to be fair, it would be pretty fucked up if Michelle and Barack were fucking, like, you know, great apes. Like, that would be really fucking weird if that happened, but I don't think that's what he meant. No, undo it. Bring back the Reach Obamas. Oh my god. No, I love Connor. I clicked the wrong button. That would be fucking funny, though. That would be funny as shit. I'm gonna be honest. Oh wow. Hey, we have a white king standing up. Another Republican, Senator Roger Wicker of Mississippi, is white but represents the state with the largest percentage of black residents. He said the post was totally unacceptable and said the president should apologize. Wow. Oh, Lou Blanchette said he loves the YouTube guys. How about that? That's pretty cool. I'm banning him next time I see him in chat. Good. Based. Roger Wicca. You're right, Lou Blanchette. I'm sorry. I should have. Senator Roger Wicca of Mississippi. AF said it would have made sense if he said, I hope Trump didn't post this. Or did he mean, I hope the Democrats are lying about Trump having posted this? We know which one it is. We don't have to ask. We know which one it is. White King, ironically, unironically, true. Roger Wicca. It's Roger Wicca. Okay, guys? Say his name right. Say his name. Roger Wicca. All right. Some Republicans who face tough re-elections this November voiced concerns as well. The result was an unusual cascade of intra-party criticism for a president who has enjoyed a stranglehold over fellow Republicans who stayed silent during previous Trump controversies for fear of a public spat with the president or losing his endorsement in a future campaign. This is I'll be back later, maybe. Well, AKA, if I don't see you, dude, have a great fucking weekend. I'll see you Monday, hopefully, if I don't stream during the week. Love you, brother. Hope you have a good one. Kisses. He's a witch. We must use my larger scales. We have to get out the man-size scales for the man-size grill. Stranglehold from Daddy. Lou Blanchette. That one hurt. That one gave me psychic damage. Okay, that one, I have like a minus 10 health debuff right now. I meant bro, but I like be. Later, be. Or is it bye? Then did you see, I post a live action play-by-play of every time AF comes? No, let me see that. Let me see that. Where did you post it? I'm sorry to say that may be the intent. You bastard. You bastard. Kalanda was a fan of Doobie AI pics I made. She loved the Epstein ones with Bill Clinton. Those were pretty funny. Those were really good, Doobie. Oh my god, Beef Supreme, I'm so sorry. I saw Doobie and I thought about that. I'm so fucking sorry, dude. I know you're so mad right now. Holy fuck. Sorry, it's a reflex now. Probably true. It is in general in my Discord. Okay. Let me see here. I gotta scroll up a little bit. I know, I'm sorry, Games Over Good. He's not here. Kalinda community hates Doobie so much. Based. I don't really care. Like, I don't think Doobie will ever show up in this chat, so I don't ever give a fuck. But what is the most fucked Jones thing that's happened right now? I don't know. Yesterday, 552. Oh, wow. Oh, 552 yesterday. Got you. Let me keep scrolling. I'm getting to it. Oh, those doobie ones are good. Fucking the doobie looking through the window. That one's crazy. I'm gonna find it. Fuck news thing. My phone corrects words like makes a new sentence. I hate AI. I mean, one of the most fucked thing that I've seen is just the like the lack of reaction from what, you know, the racist thing Trump said. Like, holy fuck. Fucked Jones things. Alec Jones predicted the PDF files and the government decided shilling for them is so much more profitable. True! True, Lou Blanchett, true! Holy fuck for stealing all those Israeli kids' candies. True. Doobie doobie doing that. Doobie doobie doo. All right. So this is what happens every single time AF Racing comes into chat.
The universe works in very mysterious ways. We've heard this our whole lives.
Against Connor. This is what happens to Connor.
But it's hard to analyze the universe when you get struck by lightning twice in the same few minutes.
That's actually insane.
There's been a bunch of crazy stuff.
It's actually fucking insane, and that's also true. It's like AF comes in, says what up, Connor's very tense, and then boom, one thing down on the ground. Walks a couple steps, boom, down on the ground again. Holy fuck. That's actually insane. Is there more to it? Or is it's just that video over and over again? That's insane. That is crazy as fuck. God, I'm glad that's not me. God is knocking at your door with a warrant if you're down twice. Bro, if you get shocked like that twice, I don't even know, like, your luck is up. You survived 2 of those, your luck is gone. Oh, Sen, there's another map after the first one in Tainted. I was worried there wasn't. Yeah, there are 3 maps, I think, and that's not including the DLC, which is a whole other map. There's 4, technically. It's pretty based. It's pretty based. I think I'm on one playthrough, I'm like almost done. I just have to fight the last boss, I believe. It's really, really, really fucking tough, though. It's very tough. How do you not just run away? Bro, I don't know how you, like, even, how you, what you do in that situation. Because, like, you're knocked down once, you're like, oh, fuck me, that really hurt. I just got struck by lightning. There's, like, a fucking spot where I almost fried. And, like, I guess you just don't expect it to happen again. She was driving right at me. It's tough. Ooh. Nice. Like, an instinct should kick in that says we should not be here. Well, like, I'm pretty sure you can feel the difference in the, like, the electromagnetism. So, like, he maybe had some kind of sense of, like, ooh, something feels weird. But I don't think you can feel that much of a difference where it's like, hey, by the way, you're about to get fucking shocked because you're the tallest thing in the way right now. It's crazy. It's wild. Ooh. Ooh, this is a fucking fire line from Derek Johnson. You know who isn't in the Epstein files? Barack Obama. He said, you know who actually improved the economy as president? Barack Obama. Owned. His butthole hair stood on end. True. True. Lou Blanchett said, after the first time you're shocked, maybe you'd lay down and call an ambulance, though. I don't even know, because I don't know if it was raining, like if it was a thunderstorm. It didn't look like it. It just looked like bro got struck by lightning twice because God said, fuck you in particular. You know who is in the Epstein files? A guy I met last year. Did you meet Donald Trump last year? Or did you meet Bill Gates last year? Or did you meet Elon Musk last year? Politics JK said, if I got struck by lightning, I would probably make a joke like stand next to me in thunderstorms so I can't get struck twice. And then it would be really fucked up, Politics JK, because then you would get struck. You get fucking struck again. Like, what the fuck? Lou Blanchett, none of them? Okay, well, I tried, all right? Those are the ones I was thinking of. I think this is just talking about literally the history of racism. That's wild. Yeah, that was bad. I want to see what's going on with Nancy Guthrie, actually, because that's something I'm, like, tepidly interested in. Let me see. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's very sad. She requested proof of life, and it's like, how do you get that in AI? You know, world of AI, it makes it tough. It makes it tough. God, that shit was wild. Oh, is Abba and Preach doing a thing with SNEAKO? Fuck, we might watch that. That might be pretty good. If I get struck, I want it to transport me into a magical world. I have to make my way back as an adventurer. True, Fellrunner, true. By the way, funny story about the screen name. I had a channel for politics so I can disconnect and log out. My initials are JK. Oh, ooh. Ooh, smart move. Smart move. want to see if Abba and SNEAKO are actually live.
I think.
Yo, they've been going for a minute.
Does it know?
Holy fuck! They've been going forever. Oh my god! All right, well, let's see what they're actually talking about. We'll take it back a little bit. I want to see what they're actually here to talk about. Because as far I didn't know this was happening.
I see you guys love speeches in here.
That Mouse Gaming, good to see you, brother. Anyone roasting Rifters always for a good time. I do love Abba and Preach, man. Two of my favorites. Two of my favorites for sure.
See, this is why I normally stream from the studio, because I did not ever.
Oh, come on, hurry up. Okay. I don't like SNEAKO's face too much.
Boss.
Hey, Rachel, how you doing?
I think I'm pretty much good to go. Is my sound coming in half decent for you?
Can't hear him. Okay, here it is.
Posted Twitter vlogs for
all right, there we go.
40 or something, 150 in a row daily for free on X when I was banned on YouTube.
Love Abba and Preach. So does my wife for different reasons. But when she started clowning on Andrew Wilson explaining who he is to me, I was dying. That's so fucking funny, politics. That's so funny. This isn't a video game. You're right. It isn't. We're doing politics and stuff. And well, in this case, I guess it's more like entertainment drama shit.
Of what I'm about, especially I've been banned for 3 years. I just got unbanned on YouTube.
Yeah.
I was banned everywhere on social media. Still am on most social media sites. And
maybe that's because you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Do you?
We're
when you think back to how you were when you first came on the scene as a creator, because I think you started when you were like 14, 13.
I started when I was a little bit younger, but I started my main channel, SNEAKO.
Politics. I'd be very proud if Rachel started talking to me about Andrew Wilson and how much he sucks. But it's okay.
So
he has other interests that are
okay.
Better.
And when you look back to that period when you started coming in content, I think just for reference, is it possible I play one of your first videos just so for the audience who doesn't know how you came on to?
Okay, let's skip that. I don't want to watch one of his old videos.
Or yeah, it's 2015, and there's a quote I say like, actually, I was born here. Please don't deport me, Mr. Trump. And that was before he was even president. So it's like, and even that stuff, I'm like, from the YouTube that you don't have to pay for.
All right.
Like, you know, men are trash and there was all this stuff.
And I think about
let's bring it back a little bit.
Respect on a daily basis. That's insecurity.
Did you meet Preach?
Through the.
Okay, so they're just chit-chatting a little bit. I want to get spicy, bro.
The question I would ask. Yeah, I know that. That's the pick artist. Yeah, there's a through line. You can see and I think one thing that's cool about the way you kind of documented your life is you were very open, and so my description.
Oh yeah, I'm usually hearing about horror movies from 1978, but she thought Andrew Wilson was pathetic and gets non-political Abba and Preach stuff based.
That's my perception when I watched the first arc of your content creation from kid to about 2020 when you did the video before the Red Pill, How to Be a Man.
A video called "Are Men Trash?" where I was asking. That one took so long to make. It was a great street interview.
Yeah.
About that specifically.
Yeah. When you
is this just like a fucking interview piece?
And then you discovered the Red Pill content, really started assimilating a lot of it. It really started to incorporate into your worldview. How do you feel like you changed?
Well, one thing that I haven't been very public about is that I was always consuming Red Pill content, and I was just kind of.
My wife just knows Connor is a retard regular podcast guy. That's kind of it though. That's kind of all she needs to know, right? Like that's kid and caboodle. That's it, man.
On YouTube because of how liberal dominated it was. But I was reading the Red Pill subreddit. It was deleted now. All those subreddits like the Donald and all that stuff on Reddit that was informational all got taken down. I was on 4chan growing up, like 8th, 9th grade. I remember got suspended for looking at 4chan in library. So I was I was hyper aware of this stuff. I even read that book by Mystery.
I know that. That's the pick artist. Yeah,
pickup artist.
AF Racing said, what's with all the Jewish Nazis and black white supremacists? Well, when people are really, really sad and they feel like they're out of place and they want to belong, I guess they see one way to doing that is being like a I don't even know, honestly. I can't begin to describe like how you got to be like that. Yeah, AF true. R/Donald was pure fucking cancer. An anonymous chatter said, hey, so quick question. Are there any goals, targets that we will be able to measure at the end of Trump's deportations to know if it did anything at all? Housing prices, GDP, crime stats, anything? Well, we're not getting the numbers for our GDP anymore. We're not getting our numbers for like economy stuff. So I don't think you can do that. I don't know if you can do crime stats. I don't know if you can do housing prices. I don't know. I don't know what the end goal will be. I don't know if there is one. I don't know if there's a way to really measure that, honestly.
He would talk about peacocking, where he would wear like big feathered hats to try to attack. Like this goofy stuff, but I was hyper aware of red pill ideology my whole teenage years. But I just hadn't really. It was something I was interested in, but I didn't really adopt it.
Hold that thought 2 seconds. Hold that thought 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Where's he going? Okay, there he goes. Hey, Albus chat. Aiden, how's it? For? What is he doing? Is he grabbing a costume?
I can't wait for this.
I actually picked one of these up.
That is so good. That is so good. Yeezy fan said, where do we even go from here now that opinions have been disillusioned into facts? Well, if we want to get real for a second, since I was dicking around, I think that we as a country have to reconcile some way what is truth versus what is fiction. And unfortunately, I don't know how we do that without some kind of third party, aka government involvement, but I don't like that. You know, I don't like how that feels. I don't like how that sounds. I don't like how that tastes. But I don't know. Realistically, you can't trust people to try to like be truth seeking on their own because they're comfort seeking. We're comfort seeking creatures. There are some of us who might like make the exception to the rule and try to like seek truth and stuff like that, but most of us don't. So I don't know. That's a really Yeezy fan. Honestly, you might not be wrong. It might be impossible, but I think if we can do something about like the spread of misinformation, the Russian and Chinese bots that have infected our social media, I think that'll help. I also think that honestly we need to ditch social media as it is and needs to come back some kind of different way, because right now it's just all feeding off clicks and rage bait and shit. So it's terrible. It's not good. Bud123 said, I timed the stock market again. I bought some stock when the stock market was panic selling yesterday due to the perceived AI bubble. Then today was big rally. I'm holding long term. GG, Bud. Profit off of us not having water. That's based. Hold on. I realized I didn't turn my lights on. I was like, something looks weird. I look weird. I don't know why. No, I do. There we go. Is it just me, or is Abba going more and more for the 2005 big pimpin' look every time I see him? Pretty much. I mean, hey, he's rocking it, bro. He's rocking it. AF Racing said, the problem is that all the examples we have in history of a small, insane group of fucking everything up like this end up with them being summarily redacted. True.
I'm actually doing a project.
Post here. We're not going to Fed post here, AF Racing, but true. And that's not Fed posting. I'm just saying. Cross-current politics. Yeah, true. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
On the pickup artist community. And so I was actually looking for that fucking dumb hat that he normally wears.
I fucking hate this hat, by the way. This hat, I hate how much I love it, is what I really should be saying. It's so dumb, and if I saw anybody on the street, I would definitely say nice hat, but I would mean it.
It's a sack of fun.
That's it. Yeah,
it's even worse than this one. It was larger up here. It looked like a... You look like a...
Like, I don't know what... here make you say my channel name over and over. Okay, Cross-Current Politics. That sounds good, Cross-Current Politics. I'll keep saying your channel name, Cross-Current Politics, on YouTube and on Twitch. Streaming Thursday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bud123 said, no, I will make money off long-term fundamentals and people panic selling due to short-term fears. Based.
It was, but...
Based.
I know exactly the kind of content you're talking about. So you're saying
yeah,
you...
The hat.
Yeah. It took me a hot minute to find it. Right, good. From your perspective, you feel like you didn't change... Okay, you answered that you were already consuming some of it and that it was already kind of... But how do you feel like... I feel like you had a quite drastic change as you watch more of the red pill stuff. And that, yeah, you could see how you got there, but it definitely got amped up. So I'm asking you, what change did you see still?
It was COVID pandemic, because as soon as it happened, that was one of the reasons I got banned.
Yo! Jen Wink! Jen, good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a fantastic night. I hope you have a good weekend planned ahead. It really sucked not being able to do, not being able to hang out in Connor's chat, you know? Fat Mouse Gaming said, lots of stuff needs a reform if I'm honest, to throw my 2 cents in. Reforms across the board, not just politics, but how we somehow lost common sense and actual empathy and kindness. Fat Mouse Gaming, thank you, bro. Yes, exactly. We as a society have lost how to, like, just be fucking normal. And that's really what I want. I'm going to go into a little rant here. You got to work from now until June? I'm sorry, Jen. I'm sorry, Jen. I'm about to have to work from, like, March until, like, November or so. Depending on how cold it gets, how quickly. Like, always, all day, every day? Oh, I'm sorry. AF Racing said, no way, you made it up, Sen. I didn't make it up. But anyway, Fat Mouse Gaming, back to what you were saying. Yes, dude, yes. We as a society have, for whatever reason, lost like empathy for the other. And we've lost the ability to have conversations and shit. And I'm not gonna lie, right? Like, I'm probably part of the problem. I can be pretty abrasive and aggressive, like, through text and stuff. When I'm talking to somebody on the phone, voice chat, whatever, I'm a lot more chill because it's like, oh, you're probably actually a human being. But nowadays, I don't know who's a bot and who's not, so I'm just kind of like all, you know, everybody's a Klenka till proven otherwise type shit. That's probably not good, and I shouldn't be doing that. I should be practicing what I preach, which is more empathy. I need a haircut. Anyway, but I'm not doing that, and I'm bad. Yeezy fan, well, now every conservative has a bulletproof vest for insults, and that's the only ammunition liberals ever had. Kinda. They can be a little bit of big babies, depending on what you call them, you know? Read that one more time. You made it, Sen. Oh, I thought you said I made it up. I'm fucking stupid, okay? Look. It's hard reading, okay? It's really hard to read. Nobody ever told me I was going to have to read more in my adult life. Nobody told me that at all. We're all bots here? True. But you guys are my favorite bots because you give me comfort. And you say exactly what I want to hear. So, like, if you guys are my bots, we're good. We're set. Oh, no. AF Racing, you're in taxes. Good luck. Good luck, brother. Good luck. Yeah, we're trying to swap over to a new system, and this whole week has been fucked because I've had to go in, and then we haven't even done it. Even today, it hasn't. But 1, 2, 3, I say the opposite of what you want to hear. True. And we need that, though. We need that. I need someone to tell me, you know, they love me instead of that I'm a fat piece of shit, because I love hearing that one. And if you could ever lock in and get your hours, we could also give you money, but no, you refuse to listen to me. True, well, QC John, it's not that I have a wife and a house. It's that I hear you say it, and I'm like, I don't really feel like it. Brother Kaiju said, I both love and hate how desensitized everyone is because some people drop bangers. True, but we have to get it serious at some point. I use jokes to cope. Yep, true. Anonymous chatter. I'm your FBI guy. These are my monitor bots. Thank God somebody has some monitor bots. All right, we got to make sure this chat's clean.
I didn't get the COVID vaccine, and I was really against the lockdowns. I was so critical how it didn't make sense. Everything was flagged and taken down at the time. They put a COVID warning beneath everything. And as soon as COVID happened, I said they're going to use this in order to sell vaccines. And so
SNEAKO got his... A lot of people had their brain broken by COVID, right? And I don't think that, like, it's the end of the world. Well, actually, hold on. Let me backtrack because I kind of lost myself there. The thing with COVID, right, is that actually I was right. I was on the right track. I don't think it's the end of the world if you are somebody who like is questioning the government or whatever, or questioning the way things are going, specifically because the orders and the government from the orders from like Trump versus the orders from Fauci were so conflicting that it ended up seeming like nobody knew what was going on. And to an extent, it was kind of like people didn't really know what was going on. The lying about the effectiveness of masks at the beginning was fucking stupid. And then I think not accounting for natural immunity was also kind of dumb. But that's really all I have to say about COVID. Outside of that, I mean, I think leaving it up to the states was probably not the best idea. I think a national emergency like something like COVID is probably best handled by the feds, unfortunately, but you know, whatever. Fuck the Fed. True and based. Jen, I didn't want to out you, but true and based. Fuck the Fed.
I didn't get it. And on
everybody else, it's almost time.
the time YouTube, you weren't supposed to say that. And so seeing that happen, seeing us lock us inside, and then everybody went outside to protest George Floyd, I'm like, this is a very obvious control mechanism.
Fat Mouse Gaming said, to also add on to what I said earlier, I blame the mass divide that both political parties suffer from, and ironically, if you're just left or right-leaning and not fully left or right, magically, they tend to agree more. It's like, who would have thought of that, right? Well, that's like the thing. It's like the horseshoe theory. You start kind of in the middle. Everybody's pretty much similar. The farther you go out, it's like, oh, people are kind of crazy, but then eventually it all curves back in. Like, throughout history, you have examples like the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, whichever one from World War II, where the Germans told the Soviets, hey, we're going to split up Poland. I'll take our half, you take your half. On top of that, too, the German Communist Party also helped to suppress the liberals of Germany, thereby giving rise to the Nazis. So, you know, shit happens. Oh, Paulie GK said we should have gotten on the same fucking page instead of us using a damn emergency as a way to divide. Can you imagine if the Dems blamed Bush for 9/11? Dude, holy fuck me, imagine that. And that's the third thing that really pisses me off about COVID, right? It's a totally novel disease. Okay, we haven't seen this thing before in humans. We don't really have any defenses for it. It's killing enough people to be worrying, and it's doing enough damage for China to like fucking, you know, I want to say zip up their homes, but that's not really it. Fucking blowtorch their doors closed to like apartment buildings and shit. That's not good, right? And our government responded all fucking crisscrossed, but we turn around, we do this fucking crazy Operation Warp Speed, which I will give Trump credit for, all right? Fucking Warp Speed was amazing. And I hate that everybody fucking flip-flopped on it the second that Joe Biden got elected. Why can't it just be a good thing for all of us? Why did it have to be, oh, well, I don't trust it because Trump's making it. Then, well, I don't trust it because of, you know, the Republicans. It's like, bro, or I don't trust it because of the Democrats. It's like, bro, like fucking, and people just bought into it like hook, line, and sinker. And it's like, it's so dumb. It was the same vaccine through both people. Why can a good thing not just be a good thing? Jesus, blaming Democrats is the entire point of level 3. True.
I started to get angry, and they call it red pill rage. Like once you really start waking up, I did get red pill rage.
One good thing Trump did, and he can't even take credit for it because MAGAs think the vaccines are murder weapons. Exactly, Jen. Exactly, dude. It's like, this is what you could take credit for this, and nobody would really like the fucking Dems would be like, yeah, you're right, man. You know, Trump did that. You're right. You would have to stay morally and fucking logically consistent. And it would be like a way to be like, yeah, Trump wasn't that useless. But instead, it became, nah, man, vaccines are murder. And Trump has to be like, yeah, they're murder, but I made it, but it's murder. Bud123 said, yeah, the liberals were questioning the vaccine until Biden became president. Yeah, it's very hypocritical. I don't like it. Bill Gates nanobots, true. Fatmouse Gaming said, here's my hot spicy take, IMO. We should stop caring what the other countries think or say. We need to focus on self-country unity. True. I think one thing that does need to happen is there needs to be some kind of way to limit or like otherwise destroy like these fucking bots that infect social media platforms, for like specifically American ones. Because as important as the First Amendment is, it should not extend to fucking bots and shit. Like, I don't care what it takes. I think because the First Amendment is so important, I think that we should take whatever steps necessary, like our government and we as the people should, to ensure that these bot farms are taken care of. I don't care like what that actually entails. Call me a Fed poster, sure. But I think these bot farms need to fucking go. Because they're tearing apart our country. They're tearing apart our country. Because you'll have one crazy fucking ridiculous opinion that nobody actually holds just get boosted like fucking wild through Twitter and then to fucking YouTube or to Reddit or wherever because of the bots. And it's just insane. And you can always tell. Only as one shall we thrive as a country, or as my goat and childhood hero once said, unity at all costs. Yeah. Yeah, didn't we use bunker busters in Iran recently? Those have to work on bot farms, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they should. I'm pretty sure they fucking should. I wouldn't mind bunker bustering some bot farms. That sounds fun. Optimus Prime. That's it, baby. That's it, baby.
Post-pandemic.
That's a good childhood hero to have.
So you felt like most of the change that you experienced was in relation to COVID? It wasn't in relation to your feelings about the opposite sex, about dating, about the world? Like,
well, QC John, wee. My hot take is that my boy Fellrunner would probably bop me on the head a few times for is that we should take care of our veterans before we send money out of the country. Please no bully. Well, QC John, I don't think it's that spicy. I think we can do both. Again, I think I'm a believer of the America that I was propagandized in. All right, we can do it all. We can do it all. So I think we can do both at the same time. But yes, I agree. Veterans should probably take the priority there. Politics JK said apparently JD Vance got booed at the Olympics. Let's see. We'll let this play.
At least when
I'm
saw
gonna try
you,
to find that.
yes, there was definitely an aspect where you're talking about some of the global stuff and some of the COVID-related things, but there's definitely a lot of it in relation to dating dynamics. You didn't feel like there was actual change there as you got into your red pill arc?
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to Patrice for years. He's my favorite. He's like your favorite comedian of all time too, right?
Yeah, I actually did have Patrice on my notes here. Yeah.
Yeah, Patrice O'Neal's the GOAT. And yeah, that's part of it, but like the real catalyst was the pandemic, was the lockdown. Like this was just, I had
Fun
enough.
fact, the Israeli team was booed too. Crazy how that happens. Fell runner, what the fuck? We're Real Team 6, we need vet care, or the inevitable Goonopolis Wars. True! Well, I think everyone on the left is going to say do both. Yeah, pretty much. And Fat Mouse Gaming, yes, exactly. Our country can be goats. We can do it, bro. We are him. We are him. We just need to act like it. We just need to get these fucking pussies out who are like, nah, man, we can only do one or the other, dude. Nah, fuck that. We can do it all. We're America, baby. What the fuck do you mean? Everybody else's dollar is because our dollar is good. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. We can do all this shit, baby. We can do it all. We can do it all. This is us. We can do fucking anything. Woo!
And then everything that I was not talking about, I'm like,
I love my country. As much as I hate it right now, I love my country.
Balls to the wall now. I wanted to fight back.
Got you. Did you feel like you had a disdain for some liberal principles or the way you felt liberals were operating at the time?
Yeah, because liberals operate between, you're a liberal, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so liberals operate, and my
We do have the power. We do have the power. Based and true in America pilled. Fuck, you know it. You fucking know it, Anonymous, dude. That's one of those things that I'm genuinely fucking passionate about, all right? I don't know, like, the second people started being doomer pilled about America, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Have you looked at history? Have you looked at any of history? Are you fucking insane? This is like literal, and we're not perfect, and we've done a lot of fucked up things, and we'll continue to do fucked up things, but this is probably one of the best countries on earth. Like, no cap, for real, on God. We're not perfect. We've done a lot of bad. We've done a lot of bad shit. But you know what? We continually strive to do good, and that's all that fucking matters. That's all that fucking matters, man. Is that we continue to strive to do better. Or at least up until, you know, sometimes we do worse, like now. Exactly, politics, JK. America is the most base country objectively. Objectively speaking, we are. I'm sorry, it's one of those things that pisses me off because I love this country so much and I think it is so great that when I hear shit like, you know, make America great again or whatever, it's like, what do you mean? This country is fucking great. This country was, you know, better today. It should be the way it should be, the way it has been for generations till these fucking boomers, was that the generation before tried to make it, you know, it's like that old adage of like plant a tree knowing that you'll never see its fucking branches. Like that's like the mentality that we had for a while. And then boomers came up and said, no, it's fuck you got mine actually. The Gen Xers were like, yeah, it's kind of like that a little bit. Not you, Gen X. Like the Generation X. My father's Gen X and he fucking my father's not Gen X. He's generate, you get it. But it's like, it's one of those things, man, where it's just like, I hope that from millennials onward, we're a lot less selfish and we really genuinely try to make the world a better place, because America should be taking the lead. America can take the lead and America will take the lead again. That's my hope and dream. I love how libs are like, we need to fix these things. The right was like, you hate America while hating 80% of America. True. And their whole slogan is America isn't great and now it needs to be. True, true, true. Miss Jen out here taking strays. No, it's not for her. I love Gen X and I love Gen Wink, and most Gen Xers are fine, but my dad in particular is just like the worst kind. Holy fuck.
Chat was talking about this yesterday.
Oh, also, hold on. I found the video of JD Vance being booed real quick. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up, Jamie. Jamie, pull that up. Jamie, pull it up. Let's hear it. Jamie, hearing the boos for Vance. This might be fake news, guys. This might be fake news. Somebody said there were a lot of boos, but I didn't hear them. I don't think JD has said thank you even once, by the way. I don't think JD has said thank you once. AF Racing, another fucking fantastic point. I grew up under the vibe that we were badass motherfuckers that swooped in on D-Day and shoved our boots so far up Nazis' asses that their leader offed himself. And now, Nick Fuentes. Yes, dude! Not even fucking, what, 4 generations later? 3 generations, if that, give or take. And we have fuckers like Nick Fuentes going, maybe Hitler was an okay guy. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that fucking guy. Oh my God. Boomers were selfish. The generation was based until their kids became adults. Yes. JD has not said thank you once. Miss Jen loves me and Fellrunner more than Sen. She showed us Cold Beer Will. That is true. Based. The Bulwark did a video. Oh no, we're so Jover. True. True, we're so Jover. Hold on. I want to actually hear, like, I didn't hear any booing. We're so back. I don't hear the boos. I don't hear the boos. I think that's fake news. I think we got lied to, guys. I think the news announcers are lying to us. Obviously, how can the news be real when our ears aren't real? All right? How can it be real? It can't be real. I didn't hear any boos. I think it's fake news. You know what? I think everybody was cheering for JD Vance. I think that they had a special couch just for JD Vance, and he was too busy getting his dick buried in that. And people were going, ew, ew, because it was gross. Why do they hate Usha so much? Well, probably because she's hanging out with JD when JD is, you know, fucking, what's her name? Kirk, Erica Kirk. There we go. That one.
I think liberals have proven more consistency, especially you see the way that the MAGA people and Trump have switched up about Epstein. It went from no new wars and let's release the Epstein files to if you want the Epstein files released, we don't want your support. And also war is good and Iran and Venezuela should be bombed more. It's so, but liberals operate from a place.
AF Racing, true. True. I'm just telling you how it was and what we've become. That's really it, yeah. No, come here. Come here. Yeah, kitty cat. You want up? Come here. Sorry, my cat is screaming at me. They want Erica. Bro, that's why they're screaming at Usha. They're going, boo, where's Erica Kirk? Boo, we want Turning Point. Boo.
I think sympathy. But they don't see it on a grand scale, right? So I think like one of the major issues that separates liberals and conservatives, it's really a lot of it's slop, but it's like transgenders, I think is a good example. Conservatives are like, okay, this is harmful because they have one of the highest suicide rates of any demographic. Liberals are like, trans people should be able to exist. They don't mean any harm. They're not hurting people. But what I believe is that, okay, I love everyone and I care about these people. What we should tell them is that this is a harmful ideology. Hormones and, you know, trying to change their existence is not the solution to their problem. Statistically, we know that like this is a delusion. So I think it's operating from a place of love. Liberals are thinking, okay, well, we should just allow them to exist and be happy. So I think it's addressing the problem, but it's not providing the correct solution to it.
Well, I think the way you're framing it, if you're going to make the example of liberals, the person who wants to be inclusive of trans people, then the conservative is the ones like, we have to tell you the truth. And that's the one version of it. But the other version of it is like, you know, the conservatives who say we don't accept you in our society because we feel like you're bad for us. And then there's the liberal who's like, listen, you're very different from me, but I still accept you in this community. And if you're very honest, if you go to countries that are very, very conservative, they're not actually open to a lot of people who are drastically different than them in their cultural norms.
Hey, you Nort, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I'm just holding out with the kitty, letting fucking... Oh, there you go. Bye, kitty. Unork said, boomers aren't named for when they're born. They were named for what happened to housing, wages, and the climate after they're done with them. True. True.
Conservatism, in the way that you describe it, is...
She's a great kitty. She's my nawa-wa-wa-wa-wa-wa. My nawa-wa-wa-wa-wa-wa. I love her to death.
Isn't necessarily the way conservatism manifests in a lot of places. And also, as an artist, you probably know this too, but like... conservative areas are not exactly the most embracing of art. In fact, you and your own community, how often do you hear art is gay, art is gay, art is gay?
True, art is gay.
Right? How many times do you hear people...
I'm kidding, I love art.
Just bemoan music and every other freedom of expression, but like you will make projects that they would consider really fucking gay. Is that a great form of conservatism? It's liberals who look at what you make. It's liberals who open up the museums and fund them, the ones that you go to. It's liberals who make the funding happen for the movies that you want to be able to do. In fact, pretty much most of the things that you think are most important to you in life are done by people who have a liberal mindset in terms of allowing that kind of expression and encouraging it.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Like a lot of my chat, they're saying now, like, arty, farty, art is gay, art is gay. I love art. That is the reason I think I'm
art is gay. Art is really gay, though.
Don't make really good art. Like that's 100%. You can't really name that many. There was one guy, he started painting, and then look what he did to the world. So it's like that's one example of he wasn't accepted for his art, and then he ended up, invading Poland. So
he ended up becoming very conservative.
Yeah, that is, you're 100% right. 100% right. Art is at the forefront. And
this is very interesting to hear SNEAKO like say, "Oh, actually, you're right about art." Because I wouldn't expect SNEAKO to like be really all over that. You know what I'm saying? I guess it makes sense because SNEAKO can be really smart when he wants to be. Oh fuck! Sorry about that. Jesus, these people watch girl cock porn. I guarantee it. Holy fuck! Nothing wrong with it. Just that they're full of shit. True. You know, Fellrunner, of all the things I was expecting to read right then, that wasn't it.
There's contradictions, and art really in conservatism don't overlap. And the overlap as well is that conservatives in America will be like, okay, we can't be tolerant of these things, we can't be tolerant of transgenderism, but at the same time, America does pride itself on democracy, on freedom. Like what is it to be in the West, to be an American? It's freedom. You're allowing ideology. So if you allow freedom, then you also allow people to do pride parades.
Yeah.
Then you also allow this to happen. So they say America's a Christian nation, but also we need freedom. They say Islam is not compatible in the West, but then, so how is Christianity coexist with freedom?
I'm moderating this
has
debate.
the same restrictions as Islam. So 100%, it's
I'm not saying what is the right answer. If you just ask me the kind of society where I feel most free living in, it's going to be a liberal
You underestimate me.
one. You know, I say this all the time. I love Ethiopia. The reason why I wouldn't live there is that me doing the kind of work that I do, I don't think I'd ever be safe. That's just a reality. It's a reality in a lot of traditionally conservative places. Like, you're allowed to say things to a certain extreme, and then beyond that, like, they will use the governmental powers to come after you. And that is very normal. If you want places that you have the most amount of freedom to say what you will against the powers that be, it's going to be in liberal societies who really value the ideas of freedom and independence in that regards. So, you know, I understand in a lot of circles people love to be like the trans issue. Like, trans issue is so minor. You know, like, I've gotten such fatigue on the trans issue because I'm like, bro, we already won.
Look, it's a percentage of a percent that ends up being like trans issues. It's not, I think it's wrong for Republicans to get all twisted up in it. I also think it's wrong for Democrats to get all twisted up in it. I think it should ultimately, much like probably abortion, be between like the, well, I guess for anybody above the age of 18, it should be for like the patient and the doctor. Outside of that, I don't think the government should really be involved. I think it's fucking dumb to worry about it this much. It's a percentage of a percent. It's not worth worrying about.
On that topic, they lost the whole sports angle. They lost a lot of this stuff. I feel like it's almost pointless now to even mention it because it's like on every front. The bathroom stuff, they didn't get that. They didn't get the sports. They didn't get the 99% of the issues that they. So like when people bring up trans stuff to me, I'm like, that was like 2018, 2019 when it was relevant. You feel like it's still relevant today?
No, well, and it's relevant because people like Matt Walsh are talking about transgenderism instead of the Epstein list. It's like, I think this is used as a populist idea. Like Mamdani, I think he won the liberals over by jumping up and down at the pride parades and pretending he cares about trans people. Like, it's smart in order to gain support. But like overall, it is such a minor issue. And same thing, conservatives will do the same thing. Like Michael Knowles will have Clavicular on and be like, what about these transgenders? And it's like, dude, this is not cool. Like, nobody thinks this is important to discuss anymore. It doesn't, garner the same reaction as
I will say it's interesting how the narrative around like transgender and stuff is now changing. How people are stopping, like a lot of people have fatigue and they're starting to like not give a shit. I think ultimately that's good, but I also think it's just a little funny. It's like, no shit, everybody's tired of it. Like, I'd be tired of it too. I kind of miss the days of waiting 12 minutes for the nude picture of Jenny McCarthy to download, only have Dad yell at you from across the house and clear history next time he gets on the computer. Well, QC John, I mean, now we live in the time of fast time and fast women or whatever. Oh, they had to back off their unsubstantiated claims? I know, right? Crazy.
It is minor, and we have 100% focused on it too much in previous years. It's time to move on.
Yeah. I'm going to, just folks said that you were a little bit too quiet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add some gain to this, because I don't think it's picking up that well. So I'm just going to do that real fast for the desktop audio. Hopefully it works. So give me a second, chat. I'll make the adjustment. I think I have advanced audio properties. I can add some gain in. Let's see. I'll put like 4 dBs.
Is that better?
A liberal mindset might have pushed you to do that. Is that fair to say?
Oh, let's scroll back just a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see if that works.
Tomorrow on the main channel.
So
Okay.
I'm asking this again. This is not a gotcha. I just
I already know what's coming. It's the cuck swinger thing.
Yeah, it's good because I think I remember during my research phase that there was some aspect of it where you felt like liberalism might have, a liberal mindset might have pushed you to do that. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, New York. It was. I wanted to.
Okay, I think Quest is healed. Catch y'all later. Love you. Love you too. AF Racing. Enjoy your night. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Fellrunner said, man, I spent hours adjusting my gain and load balance and tone on guitar. I hate it. It's like getting good or like even passable audio is so fucking tough. I think my audio is okay. It could be better. I wish it was better. My audio in my other program, I feel like, is a little bit more podcasty, which is good or bad. I feel like this audio is fine for a live stream. But yeah, audio is so fucking tough to deal with.
I've talked about this so many times. I was very degenerate back in my early 20s and teens. I wanted to have a bunch of threesomes. That was something that I was, like, to be honest, I was kind of addicted. I loved having threesomes with women, and then it was making, like, my girlfriends upset. And so she's like, okay, what if we do a couple swap? And then did that, hated it, and just stopped. Yeah.
But
realizing that, that didn't really, it wasn't a huge deal. And I joked about it on that podcast with Agent and Low, because I thought it was funny, because I'm talking about something that, was funny because it was like, I how much I hated it. But you've seen, like, to this day and stuff, people will.
Yeah, I don't really care about the SNEAKO cuck stuff. It's funny to laugh at, I guess, but ultimately it doesn't really matter all that much to me personally. Lol L. It's funny because he's like a red pill Muslim guy, right? Like, he tries to be all super red pill and stuff. That's what makes it funny. That's what makes it funny.
Bring that up for an attack vector, but it's
outside of that, I don't think I'd give it a shit at all.
It's like, I'm just an honest person. I'm not able to. I didn't need to tell that story. Obviously, it's going to be harmful to my reputation and stuff.
Yeah, but also it gets you views and shit. So is it really all that harmful? Like, yes, people know you as the cuck guy, but people know you. And I feel like for SNEAKO, he's kind of like any publicity is good publicity kind of guy, No, I'm talking about the input from the guitar into the preamp to the V-amp because I can't afford a real amp. Oh, that does sound like a fucking pain in the ass.
But I talked about it because it was real, it happened, and like maybe somebody can learn from that. Especially I was listening to Patrice a lot. Patrice was like red pilled, and he was talking about that, the couple swaps and everything. But yeah, obviously don't do that and wait till marriage.
Yeah.
But I got over that too. Like, I used to be kind of
I'll show a frog before I stream based.
A sex addict, bro. I was like, who is addicted to threesomes? That's something that's and again, like, people talk about that when liberalism, degeneracy is allowed, and
fucking Abba looks like he's having a stroke because I have this at 1.25 speed. It's kind of funny as shit. I'm gonna scroll back just a second because I want you guys to follow along and see Abba have a stroke.
Bring that up for an attack vector, but it's like, I'm just an honest person. I'm not able to. I didn't need to tell that story. Obviously, it's going to be harmful to my reputation and stuff.
Abba, stop shaking.
Because it was real, it happened, and like maybe
there's no earthquake, is there? Oh my god!
Especially I was listening to Patrice a lot. Patrice was like red pilled, and he was talking about that the couple swaps and everything. But yeah, obviously don't do that and wait till marriage.
Yeah.
But I got over that too. Like, I used to be kind of a sex addict, bro. I was like, who is addicted to threesomes? That's something that's and again, like,
you can tell he wants to say some shit, but he's just not saying it. Abba, you can say he wants to say something. He's just not saying it. He's holding back.
People talk about that when liberalism, degeneracy is allowed, and you're sleeping around a lot. Then you're going to be doing threesomes, and then you end up, swapping with the couple, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, I hate this. And so that was kind of a wake up call. Like, let me stop wasting time on this.
And
focus on what's important.
So how do you feel like liberalism plays into that? How do you feel like liberalism leads you to the point where
tolerated? Like,
yeah, he's thinking, shut the hell up, dude. Yeah, 100% cool. Because SNEAKO just like yaps sometimes. Like, he's just yapping right now.
Because everything's allowed, and in a society where that's frowned upon, I wouldn't have felt like that was a normal thing to do.
Well, okay. So here's an example. Have you, would you say that the Middle East is mostly conservative?
Yeah. So besides Tel Aviv, they say that Israel or Tel Aviv is the gayest city in the world. Times of Israel.
Fair, but one might go to Dubai and poop on a girl, right?
Ooh,
it's very frowned upon. But the people who have wealth and who have the
true, you can go to Dubai and poop on a girl. True.
Ability to have the privacy, engage in the debauchery that they want to. Okay, and the reason why I'm bringing that up is I think the only difference between the conservative and the liberal side is, yes, there may be a frowned upon nature to it, but a lot of the debauchery that you're describing happens, just doesn't happen in the open. And the big difference
that is a major difference. Like, a private.
SNEAKO is rambling and ranting more than Connor when he gets going when someone asks him about 40K. True, because depending on what you ask Connor, he can go all the way back to like the before times, like the 30th fucking like Warhammer 30K type shit, or like Age of Sigmar or something. But that's only if you really challenge him, on the 40K lore, which is always fun. It's like when teacher goes on a tangent, you're like, fuck yeah, dude, we're missing out on so much instruction. Tomorrow's gonna suck, but today is chill.
Parade is a public display. Like, look at what we're celebrating. That's stuff that happens between people on boats and stuff and Instagram models. This is a small subsect, is not representative of the Middle East, and is also stuff that, like, if that was publicized, people would definitely stop it. It's only known because Instagram models fly and do that. That's completely different than a pride parade in Tel Aviv, where the Times of Israel says they're the gayest city in the world.
I just think I think you're underestimating maybe a little bit how often or how much, undercover sex.
Yes, like the stream, subscribe. If you're on Twitch and you feel like supporting me, please do so. Be it a subscription or a follow or I was gonna say super chat, bits or whatever. All that stuff is super cool, appreciated. Obviously, you ain't got to do it. I'm not gonna make you, not putting a gun to your head. But if you enjoy it and you want to support me, dope. If not, I just appreciate you guys watching and listening. Let's continue.
Or sex parties.
That's the point. Undercover compared to public display on the streets.
But
that's my point.
So SNEAKO's big contention is that what the fuck, people that didn't like the stream, unlike me, true based Fellrunner for liking the stream. SNEAKO's big contention is that yes, they do degenerate shit. His first contention was that they do really degenerate shit in the West, and that's why I like more conservative cultures. Abba countered with, well, what about, Dubai, where they have, women shitting on their chests, shitting on men's chests flown in to go do this shit. SNEAKO changes his position a little bit to being, well, they do that degenerate shit, but just behind, just behind closed doors. Let's see how Abba counters.
I guess in my head, I'm like, as someone who wants to seek truth through funny, why do you prefer the principles of society that has debauchery, maybe not the same level, maybe a bit less, but just does it in hiding versus one that's just open about it? Like, why do you feel
because doing it in hiding is acknowledging that it's wrong and that's not something that you should do. But
okay, but if you're still doing it, then society is fundamentally still still degenerate. It's just degenerate behind closed doors. Like, that's I don't get that. That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. So first of all, it makes no sense to me that you would watch a stream and not like it. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Why are you not liking the stream? What the fuck? That's number one. Number two, that doesn't make sense to me. Why the fuck would it make any difference if you're just like fundamentally, logically speaking, if your society is degenerate, be it out in the open or behind closed doors, it's still fucking degenerate, right? If it's personally it annoys you, then you could just avoid the areas where the outright degenerate shit is, couldn't you? Like, don't go into fucking the red light district and you'll be good, right? Don't go down into downtown when there's the fucking pride parade going on and you're good. You can just avoid that in a liberal society. So hiding gets you Epstein BS blackmail and shit. Exactly, Jen, exactly. The stream needs to earn my like first. Oh, Fellrunner, I thought it did. Damn. But yeah, Jen, you're 100% right. Doing it in hiding gets you the Epstein blackmail and shit. Like, it's 100% true.
Also acknowledging that humans are imperfect and we all have the propensity to sin and we will sin. That's what every.
Okay, but if you sin out in the open, then you're more encouraged to be told to change, no? If I profess my sin to the public, more people are gonna call me out if I continue to sin. But if I continue to, if I profess my sin in private, then the only person I have to hold accountable is me and God God has not talked to me lately. All right, I've been trying. At one point, he communed directly to me, but then I started taking these funny pills, and all of a sudden, I stopped hearing him. But I don't think that's correlated. Anyway, we'll continue.
Everything is a test here. We know that we are imperfect and that we're, some people are going to.
Fellrunner, it's okay, buddy. I know you're sorry. Kisses.
Drink. Some people are going to smoke. Like, we shouldn't do it, but doing it in hiding proves and is admittance.
You're a sinner. True. We're all sinners here, baby. Woo! Sinners. Woo! We're all sinners on the porch. Oh, it's the Senpatio. That's right. Fuck. It's the Senpatio of the grill. How could I forget? We're all hanging out on the Senpatio.
Of shame, where public pride parades that is accepting and encouraging and celebrating it. There's 100% a difference. Like, sin should be, if you're going to sin, keep it in private and don't try to encourage more people to do it.
Well, when I think of pride parade personally, it's just like, if this is something you identify with and you want to celebrate that. Like, my idea of an ideal society is not one where we like, oh, hey, you're not gay. I'm going to try to encourage you to be gay. Mine is just like, if you're gay, then do your thing. I don't really care how you manifest it. In the same way, if you're Puerto Rican or if you're Haitian, you want to manifest your identity, your nationality, your sexuality, I just don't care.
Right. But those are different. We shouldn't celebrate things that aren't productive, right? We should celebrate.
Senpatio, exactly. that like Despacito?
Right, like, why is there even a parade? Like, they didn't accomplish anything. Why are we celebrating losers? Like, I'm not calling all gay people losers, but I'm saying they didn't do it. Like, you're celebrating
No, you literally just called all gay people losers. What the fuck are you talking about?
people that are just being degenerate. This is not something that's worthy of a trophy. It's like you're gay, so congrats. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so
we should celebrate achievement.
When we celebrate for a variety of reasons. Maybe we're celebrating the progress we've made. You have to remember, being openly gay and not being fucking beaten in the streets where it's legal was a thing. And I think it's a great thing that we live in a society not only where now it's legalized and people can be open and be themselves, but beyond that, we're going from not just tolerance and we're going to a certain level of acceptance. And I think that's an awesome thing. Where I have someone next to me and I genuinely don't tolerate them, I accept them. I don't care if they're gay. And I think what parades do, not in a huge way, but in incremental fashion, is it's just a celebration with people who may be different than you or maybe the same, and you're open, and the society will set up police structures to make sure it's safe. There'll be people funding it, working together to celebrate this. And it's not to say, oh, gayness is the best or whatever. It's just, we out here.
Dude, fucking, you can tell that SNEAKO is seeing some degenerate, stupid shit in his chat, and that's why he keeps making that dumbass face.
Yeah, but it's going far. I mean, look, I see on Fifth Avenue, I live in New York City. There's like, they have dick balloons everywhere. You got people dressed up in like dog outfits crawling on all fours. You got people like, they're doing it like in front of children. This is a public display on Fifth, like in the middle of the city, right? Kids shouldn't see that stuff. Like,
I mean, it's fucked up, and yeah, they probably shouldn't be doing it in the middle of the city, but like also you can just leave. Well, QC John said, well, as an old head cog non-pile person, I request the degen sector of the city please label itself with signage and swab tests. Don't really want to walk around a corner and boom, couple going at it. And also, that's a great question from Fellrunner. Have you played Cyberpunk 2077? Honestly, Weld, I could play that shit right now. I got it loaded up. It's fucking mint.
People dressing half like adults, half naked. And also, I don't think it's progress, because if we acknowledge what being gay is, being gay relationships are the absence of progression because they can't have children. So it's celebrating sex that is just used for degenerate reasons and not for progression of society. Also, these people trans have some of the highest
gird your loins, Weld, gird your loins, on God.
Suicide rates of any demographic in the world. So this is the opposite. You're celebrating what I think is destructive, especially if you acknowledge that this thing is harmful, that a lot of these people are depressed, that they need meds in order to operate, they need to get surgeries in order to exist. We should celebrate humans that don't need exterior factors to feel comfortable and feel happy.
Well, when I think of pride and whatever's involved with that, when I think of celebrating, I think you celebrate like achievement or what's the best. I think it's also just to celebrate things that we're a society that you.
What? Okay, so well, QC John, sure, we'll boot that up once I get to a point in this video where I feel like I'm done with it. Jen, though, coming out with something I don't think I ever wanted to read. I've literally seen naked photos of SNEAKO with his entire schlong showing. That's crazy work. I didn't think I'd be seeing those combination of words today, but here we are.
May not be the ideal citizen in most people's.
I don't think at least like 9 or 10 of those words are not in the Bible.
Heads or whatever the fuck it is, but we're inclusive and we embrace you and we're happy to have you. And I think that's an.
Gen sent that to his imam. True. Is that a flex or a request for therapy?
Thing to have. Good.
I don't know if it's worth celebrating. Like, there's other people who are excluded from society, like weirdos, autists, school shooters, like freaks and stuff. Like, do they get a celebration? My point is, we should celebrate achievement.
No.
Sleeping, 2 men sleeping together is not an achievement.
Do you think
a couple swap is not an achievement? Being a cuck is not an achievement. It's just something that, but it's not like.
Yes, SNEAKO, being a cuck isn't an achievement. Why did you do it? Why did you do it, you cuck? You cuck fuck? You cucking fucking sucking fuck? Cause the liberals told me to. Well, then you're a weak pussy ass bitch. I think it was like an ad, like a gay ad. Maybe he was modeling. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, Gen X. I don't want to see it, but you should show Connor. All right, Connor would really appreciate seeing SNEAKO's cock. Trust me. Trust me on that. Connor would love it. Oh, you know.
Like, I just want to live in a place where like real success is celebrated.
Do you think it's an achievement to have a society that's embracing people who are very drastically different and tries to provide safety for all of them despite the differences that they may have politically or socially?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Worth of celebration. Like, I can understand living in a tolerant place, but I don't think that that's worthy of a crowd applauding.
You don't think tolerance and acceptance of different people is worth celebrating?
No.
But isn't that one of the very things that you love about America? It's the freedom of religion, the idea that people from different nationalities, different backgrounds come together to make this.
Jen, don't post it with a censor bar. Look at my Noah. Look at my Noah. It wasn't exactly Hunter Biden, but it was more impressive than I'd have guessed. Fair. Runner said we want to see it. It's for Central Goonopolis Intelligence. The CGI.
Booming economy and booming society that has so many differences, but at least coalesce underneath this one label that kind of guides you guys, and you guys feel safe. Like, isn't that an amazing thing that you guys have these people who grew up in maybe war-torn spots or places where they weren't safe and persecuted, and they come to a place where it doesn't matter what they look like or where the fuck it is, they're gonna take you in, Muslim, whatever it is.
Yeah, but once those
Very fucking true, by the way, brother Kaiju. Real success celebrated, says the troll for a living. Yeah, I mean, dude did a lot of like trolling and stuff for a while. The camera adds 10 inches. Damn, my shit microscopic.
people, like if you're an immigrant and you come into this country or something, you make something, you do something, and you make the world a better place, then the public should acknowledge that and be like, that you used tolerance or you used immigration, you used the American dream to create something amazing. Then people should acknowledge it and it inspires others to do the same. Celebration is only useful if it inspires, right? So if you're using this, and like say you create a great piece of art, for example, Hitler, he created paintings that weren't accepted, it wasn't celebrated, he got angry, right? If he made really great art.
Why the fuck? Why do we go to Hitler, man? Where the fuck? Of all the people we could have talked about, okay.
The public celebrated it, maybe wouldn't have taken over the world or tried to. So I think that...
I disagree that's the purpose. Sometimes you celebrate the fact that you have a freedom that didn't always exist.
True. ABBA's more American than the American right now. Why is this Canuck beating a fucking American at being American? What is this, bro?
And that's worth celebrating.
What is this, eh?
We shouldn't take
some fucking bullshit.
Our current state for granted, because there was a time when people didn't have these abilities. Like, even when we have things like Remembrance Day, it's like it's a memorial, but it's also like an honoring of the past and the fact that people died for the very freedoms that we have. And we're paying homage to that. And we're celebrating and we're showing out for this. We're saying, hey, we want to be out here and open because our forebears and the people who came before us died and never had this chance. And I think we shouldn't take for granted how much privilege we have living in these open societies. So, but I hear your perspective in regards to why you think shame might be good in some circumstances. I just also, I mean, who needs an excuse to party? But you know what I'm saying? That's me. I like stuff like that.
You look at that fucking smile. SNEAKO wants to say, you right, brother, because he knows. He knows. This motherfucker.
I don't want to stay on this point too long, because this actually wasn't the point of this whole section, but we can come back to this later. I want to kind of transition because you ended up moving on from the red pill and finding your place in Islam.
Which, yeah, I remember you thought that was a grift for a while, but I think that now people see, you know, there's no benefit. I was talking about that before you came on. It's like, for 2 days ago on stream, I ordered baby back ribs and I didn't know that they were pork. I spit it out and that gets like fucking 7 million views. Like, he's a grifter. It's like, you really break it down. Why would I?
How do you not know baby back ribs is pork though? Hold on. How do you not know that? How the fuck don't you know that, SNEAKO? How don't you know that? Is that just me? There's no way that's just me, right? Like, how the fuck don't you know that, bro? Are you... I'm not gonna say it. The answer is yes, but I'm not gonna say it.
Grift Islam, like what are the benefits of pretending to believe in God?
Okay.
I don't see what.
So let me challenge you on that.
Yeah.
So why do you think Andrew Tate did it?
Bell runner. That's why you have a shotgun for home defense, so you can blow their tires out.
Yeah, I don't want to speak on his faith and everything. I want to hope that he's doing it for the right reason.
AKA, that motherfucker's a liar. He's a grifting liar, piece of shit. That's what SNEAKO's saying there.
You know, if he's still a Muslim like he says, and I hope he is, and I think he is, then I hope it was genuine, and I wish the best of success to him.
Do you believe it's genuine when you see his behavior?
I think that there is some genuine aspect to it. I think.
Oh, so he's a cafeteria Muslim. Is that even a thing? Are cafeteria Muslims a thing? Because like I know cafeteria Catholics are a thing. Would it be like a food hall or like a mess hall Muslim? It's a mess hall Muslim. That's it. All right, now we got to get the alliteration going on a little bit. The mess hall Muslim. Okay, fair enough. So SNEAKO is saying that Andrew Tate is a mess hall Muslim.
At some point, but I think he's straight off the deen, and what we could do as Muslims is try to guide him in the right direction. You know, trying to overly, you know, nitpick and everything. Like I criticized him when he took the gambling deal because that goes against the whole escape the matrix. He was criticizing gambling for years. He said like how it's the slave mind, and then he starts promoting it. He's called everyone broke, and then if you're so rich and a billionaire, why would you take a gambling deal? So that stuff I'll point out for sure that's inconsistent. But if I'm going to go on here and say, oh, Tate's grifting this for Dubai connections or UAE and stuff like that, that's just going to create a more bitter taste. And we know how influential he is. Well, it's going to be bad for the Ummah, and it's going
to be bad for the Ummah, bro.
be bad for his own personal deen.
Well,
so any differences that I have with him aside, I want the best for him as a Muslim.
Okay, so I want you to steel man. So this is actually a question that a viewer had, and they said, if you had to steel man the reason why people believe that some folks grift to Islam, what would be the steel man that you could offer? So if you had to be them, and they're saying, okay, like, what do you think are some actual valid reasons?
Donuts.
From your perspective?
I don't see any.
None.
I don't, because no, especially as a content creator from my position.
None at all. Besides the fact that Qatar has like some of the biggest donors in the fucking world, that doesn't appeal. Okay. My kids have chalk on that cul-de-sac from today. Oh, fuck that dude, bro. Fuck that guy.
I don't. It's an American content creator. I stream on YouTube and Kick. There's literally no monetary benefits. No. And even fame-wise, audience benefits, no. There's so much propaganda in America against Muslims. You grew up with that, right? Or you grew up in Canada, but still, Canada felt the same thing post 9/11 hysteria. There's literally no benefit to it.
I distinctly remember in 2022, everybody in the red pill would just be like, man, Christians are so weak. Christians are whack, bro. They just let themselves be laughed at. What jokesters. But Muslims...
Yeah, true. I remember this shit. I remember this, these sentiments.
Are different. Muslims don't play about their religion. They serious about their shit. It was almost like this veneer of masculinity offered because there was a sense of authority to Islam. Now, that's my claim. Do you agree that that was a thing at that time?
Yeah.
So when you ask me, why would anyone want to do that? Well, there's a few different reasons. I felt as though there was quite a lot of overlap between some of the red pill talking points and a lot of the...
123, I made some pasta with tomato sauce and ground beef, which I'm eating for dinner. I will also eat salad with olive oil based. All right. So I think we're going to swap up a little. Well, actually, no, I don't have that set up. Never mind.
Islamic ones that people would want to reference. And then there was this air of like, I'm a red pill dual, I'm Muslim. And like red pills all the time would talk about, I want multiple wives. And then when they use justifications, why? Islam does it. That's what they say. It's normalized. In fact, that's probably one of the main reasons I would hear that being brought up in red pill discussions, because red pillers would not stop talking about having multiple wives. And who does that more than Muslims? So there's definitely a reason to.
Mormons, but those guys are really white and nobody thinks Mormons are gangster. Ooh, good fucking call, Brother Kaiju EXE. We might see SNEAKO play some revisionist history. Place your fucking bets. Place your bets right now. Over under odds. SNEAKO will revise history. Based off his performance tonight, I would say there's a good chance, because they haven't been too combative. And SNEAKO, when things aren't too combative, he's very, like, agreeable. My guess is that SNEAKO will revise history somewhat. He already kind of has with the Andrew Tate stuff, but we'll see. 2, 4, and 6. Nice. 6 going on 16. Fair.
Say that you were a Muslim or there was a benefit to it. It added an air of legitimacy and authority to the
I just realized that was not what I thought it was.
Red pill, which didn't have that, in my opinion.
Okay. But most Muslims disagree with that sentiment and say, like, 80% of Muslims don't even have multiple wives. This is super small. And if you speak to Muslims around the world, when they focus on the 4 wives thing, they realize just how belittling that is to what's in the Quran or what Islamic faith is about. It's like such a small aspect, and it's such a minor part of the Quran that, fixating that as a talking point is unnecessary, and categorizes Islam as like, it's just not.
I agree.
Not beneficial for dawah.
I 100% agree, but I don't think the red pillars who were talking about Islam all the time were being genuine, and I don't think they were representing Islam in a good way. But they would constantly reference it all the time. And look, we don't have to name anybody's name, but like there are people in the community who will talk about having multiple wives. They don't really talk about religion ever, except if it's to talk about the having 9 wives or whatever the fuck it is. So, do I think Islam is about that? No, but there's no doubt that the veneer or the appearance of it was definitely something they used.
Yeah, I think Tate just tweeted about that again, about something about 4 wives, literally like yesterday.
Right, and he would, and I distinctly remember reading so many tweets, and the reason why that shit would annoy me is that even though I'm not religious myself, there was an appreciation I had for people who were genuinely of faith, and it felt like whenever I hear red pillars mention Islam, it was.
When do they stop saying I hate you, or is that just a me thing?
It's always in this.
Pretty sure kids are always saying they hate their parents, bro. Sorry, it just happens.
This very shallow way, so they can fuck a bunch of women. So Islam might not be about that, but that's what red pillars made it about. And that's why a lot of dudes said they wanted to convert so they can get the 9 wives and live their debaucherous life in a way that's holy and righteous. That's what.
I wonder how SNEAKO will try to counter this. LDS Mormons aren't allowed to take multiple wives, but the FLDS or other Mormon sects do practice polygamy. There you go. Well, then there we go, bud. It's those Mormons. Those guys.
It felt.
I think that's since been, that's a valid point. But since then, I think that's been pushed back so much. That's been debunked.
Fair.
So many Muslims disagree with that. I don't think that there's support for that or anybody accepts that.
Yeah, I would.
My whole thing with like not supporting those kinds of Muslims, and what about fucking Andrew Tate? Like his swap was so fucking quick.
I would agree that I think now that whole talking point is gone. You don't hear people talk about Christianity the same way they were back then. But you tried this transition, and I talked to you about this in private, but you told me, and I've seen you talk about this in public before, that your transition towards Islam, where people are saying it's not genuine, actually came from something that happened much earlier to you in relation to, I believe it's Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Right. So my first question is, how did Malcolm X play a role in your faith journey?
So maybe...
Real quick, I'm going to say, I think Abba's doing a great job of interviewing here. He's pushing back enough to like make SNEAKO like answer things, but he's not being a dick. So big props to Abba, man. He's doing a great job. Oh God, Jen Wink, holy fuck! I did find a sushi. Oh Jesus, it's either SNEAKO or Darius. Either way, I don't want to see it, but thank you very much. Thank you for your service, Jen. I'm glad you were able to find that, or I'm sorry you did. Either way, I ain't watching that shit.
I don't know if you have this tweet up in your doc, but I want to pull this up. This is from, I think, 2013. I tweeted this. I'll just explain the story now. I read the Malcolm X autobiography when I was about 11 or 12 years old, maybe 10. My dad gave me that book, and I love the cover of it. The cover looks really dope. And Malcolm X was a pimp. Malcolm X was a criminal. He was a drug dealer. His name was
Red, right?
Yeah, Detroit Red.
Yeah.
And yeah, because he had red hair. He was also mixed too, so I related to that a bit. Like he grew up with red hair, so he was all right. But his father was a black nationalist and was speaking up against the KKK, and I think he was murdered by the KKK's father. And they burned some of his house down when he was a little kid. So he grew up with a lot of hatred towards white people in his heart, and you can understand why. Like his story is just like you completely get why he had that anger, but he reverted to
Jen, no, he's a TA. That would be exercising his power over his students. No, you can't do that. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. Jen, what the fuck? No, that's exploiting power over your students. No, you're literally taught not to do that. That's like step 1 in the ethics class. No.
To Islam. Well, the Nation of Islam in jail. And when he was in jail, he became educated, and he started dressing differently. He started speaking differently. He upgraded him. He ascended, and no longer was he like this pimp and dyeing his hair, or not dyeing his hair because I have blonde hair, but he was straightening his hair to try to make it seem like it was try to fit in with white people. He grew up the way it naturally was. He read the dictionary. He became like Hyson right now, and
you use the avenues the Lord provides. Jen, from the bottom of my heart, bro, I fucking love you, dog. That's so fucking funny. That's so fucking funny. I'm dying over here. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Holy fuck. Ah! Holy shit.
Became somebody that was really well respected, well spoken, and a great speaker. Then there's the final journey of his arc, like because the Nation of Islam is somewhat cultish. I don't want to disrespect them.
Genwick is that was tentatively based. All right, there are exceptions to the rule, but I think tentatively based. Someone can come up with exceptions. They're welcome to post them. But tentatively based. We can hedge our bets. We can hedge our bets.
But they do somewhat worship Elijah Muhammad, who they say is a false prophet. In Islam, we don't believe in Elijah Muhammad. This is has nothing to do with Islam.
Just don't tell them they fail if they won't date you. You know what? Honestly, facts. Just don't say that. That would be the worst. That would be the worst.
Right.
In fact, that would be the exact opposite of how you want to do things.
Went to Mecca, and during that, he went to Hajj. And during Hajj, he was standing side by side and praying, because as Muslims, we stand shoulder to shoulder with people when we pray. And he would share food afterwards, after the prayer. He was sitting down, they're eating, and he's eating next to white people. And he realized there, standing side by side, that we're all brothers. That it's not based off skin color. God judges us based off of our works and what we do and how we are, what's in our heart. And he wrote a letter. It's called Letter from Mecca. He wrote a letter to the Nation of Islam, and he said he realized that the whole racial superiority thing that was gone. He realized in Mecca what peace really was. He realized what we're supposed to do. And he denounced the Nation of Islam, and soon later he was assassinated. So I really loved that book. Loved seeing his life story, the way he wrote, and also that transformation. Okay. And I tweeted, I really want to bring this up because it does it does annoy me. Someone can link it in the chat. It does annoy me when people say like, "Oh, SNEAKO's grifting Islam." It's like
you've been talking about this for a long time. Well, prior to this is what you're saying.
Yeah,
the tweet was
a tweet I have. Yeah, the tweet is from 2013. Somebody please link it in the chat for me.
Okay.
I tweeted, after reading the Malcolm X autobiography, I seriously considered converting to Islam. I think I was like 13 or 14 when I tweeted that, and I was 11 or 12 when I read the book. So it's something that I've been seriously considering my whole life. You know, I grew up Catholic, but I never resonated with.
That's actually an interesting little tidbit. Because I was definitely one of those people that thought SNEAKO was fucking grifting with the Muslim shit. I'm still a little tentative on it, but I feel like these little explainers and stuff like that, these little tidbits throughout his history, does kind of help explain a little bit how he is the way he is. Jen Wink, in all seriousness, once you get past college and grad school, it gets so much harder, at least how shit used to be. The world is kind of different these days. It is still more difficult to find, like, you know, good people. It usually starts if you can find a good group of friends. You can usually grow out from there. Which, by the way, real quick life advice, if you're kind of floating around right now, make sure you find friends and stuff, people who are not just on your level, but people who are like one level above you in something. So that way you can always have something to strive for and better yourself, because you should always hope that your friend group is one that tries to better themselves. I'm very lucky in that both my wife and I's friend groups, like, number one, they mingle really well, which is great. But number two, they both want to like constantly improve and like move through life. So it's really, really fun because we all kind of are like moving together. But that's just kind of like a weird thing. They fail if they don't set me up with Miss Physics. SNEAKO is as Muslim as college girls that wear crosses that bang butter, Christian. Bud is not a whore, all right? Bud is not one of your common whores. Bud is a gentleman who is saving himself for a good Christian gal, maybe. A good gal who is not going to fuck him over or, you know, fuck somebody else. Based. Well, QC John said, I can honestly say that's one thing I've been very lucky about. I met my wife and have been together since high school. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome, well, QC John. That really is. Follower owner, SNEAKO is as Muslim as I am Catholic in that we both call ourselves the respective thing, but in reality, we fail every single day. I don't know. He was Catholic, so maybe he has that Catholic guilt, but for being a Muslim. That would be interesting, though. Maybe he doesn't, because I have Catholic guilt every fucking day of my life, bro. I was a good Catholic when I was one. When I was more practicing, I was very good.
With the idea, and shout out to the Catholics, Lent's coming up, but the Trinity is not in the Bible. And
politics, JK. I'm lucky I met my wife when we were both ready to be adults. Based. My wife and I both kind of like grew from college into adulthood with each other. It was nice. Catholic guilt is fucking real. Yeah, boy, that shit is real as fuck. Blood123 said, yeah, I chose not to sleep with girls in the past. I want not to sleep with girls until I get into a relationship. See, he's a good boy. I think hookup culture is degenerate. He's a good boy who didn't do nothing.
Catholicism, they said, I went to Catholic school. I was almost confirmed, went to catechism, you know, all this stuff. I don't believe that we should
I am confirmed, based.
Be praying to Mary. I don't believe in praying to saints. I don't believe in praying to a man. I always saw Jesus as a prophet.
Well, you're not praying to Mary or to the saints. You're praying for their intercession on your behalf to God. You're basically, when you're Catholic, right, and you're, you know, doing like St. Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle, be our defense against the wickedness and snares of the devil, may God rebuke him, we humbly pray, and do thou, Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast in hell Satan, and all the other evil spirits who prowl about the world, seeking the ruination and damnation of our souls. Amen. What you're saying is you're saying, hey, St. Michael, help me, tell God to help me out. Because the idea is that it's a really big deal to be trying to speak to God. Because God was such a big deal, he sent his son down. He didn't, you know, when he also came down himself. But it's one of those things where I think if you don't understand, it's very weird and culty. But if you do understand and you can like wrap your head around it, it's not that weird. Got to hit that confirm button or the account isn't fully activated. True. I know I've told this before, but I met my wife while on a date with another girl. That girl picked a fight with my wife. Wife beat her ass and got in my truck, punched me in the mouth. Instant love. Damn, well, that's fucking fantastic. But doesn't it get easier for men once we get good paying jobs? Yes, but no. I mean, if you want to attract somebody who's into your money, sure. But Jen Wink, all cultures degenerate, if you haven't noticed. Based, and true. She made me take her home, been together ever since. That's fucking awesome, Weld. That's fucking fantastic, dude.
Prophet. When I prayed as a kid, as a Catholic, I would pray to God. I wouldn't pray to the Holy Spirit. And so when I learned what Islam was, I'm like, wait, this is what I am. This is what I've always done. I've always prayed to God. I didn't pray to St. Anthony. I was praying to God alone. So it just made sense. You know, it's just something that aligned with something that I've always believed in.
Politics is 100% right, by the way. Fashion 40, welcome back, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Don't forget to like the stream if you haven't. We moved on to some SNEAKO and ABBA stuff. It's going pretty well, honestly. It's been a pretty interesting talk for me personally, just because I'm a big religious nut. I like listening to people talk about their religious, like their faith and stuff. It's interesting to get a perspective on them. If anything, one thing we've learned, it's that I don't think SNEAKO is actually necessarily a grifter for Islam like I used to. I will say that this interview has elucidated at least a little bit more on that end. I feel like maybe he is at least a mess hall Muslim, one might say. But yeah. Grassroots said that women found him attractive just for wearing a uniform to give them the impression that he has a career. True. Fashion 40 said after the Discord told him that dog kick was unnecessary. I did not see his newest tweet. I was watching you the whole time. I just couldn't chat. That's fine. Also, my missus was watching this as I was coming home. Oh my goodness. Well, tell her thank you so much. Wow. Oh, I didn't see Destiny crash out. That's good. He's 5% away from being a black Israelite. He really is. Well, no. He just said that he you weren't here for it, but he said that he was watching or he read like Malcolm X, and he found that Malcolm X's like journey or whatever was really interesting. And that's what pushed him to believe in Islam.
What?
Yeah, I'll share the tweet right here if you can see on the screen.
Ooh,
this is
wait, one second.
April...
Let me stop.
Very, very true, Politics JK. You'll get those women. You need one with more goals than a man with a job. Yep.
Streams, I think it might mess it up for 2 seconds. Yeah.
So yeah, in 2015.
Yeah, so it says this is April 2nd.
In 2015, he tweeted that Malcolm X was making him consider being a Muslim. That's interesting.
2015. Gotta admit, after doing extended research on Malcolm X, I seriously considered converting to Islam. This is 11 years ago I tweeted this. 11 years ago.
Okay.
The same Twitter account. Yeah, so like this is definitely, I think this should disprove people saying the grift stuff or whatever.
All right, hold on. I gotta stream something else.
Jesus Christ.
Man, I'm not good with this OBS shit. So
and people I know, Christians are upset and saying Jesus is king. I have all respect for Christians, man. I really think that it's proper guidance and everything. It's just not something that they can believe in. There's no reference to the Trinity in the Bible, and you know, people are saying, "Oh, you pray to Muhammad." No, we don't. Muhammad is the prophet. Jesus is the Messiah. There's so many overlaps between Christianity and Islam. We also believe that Jesus will return and Jesus is the Messiah. That Jesus.
Wait a minute. How's Jesus gonna come up? How big was? Yeah. Is the Destiny crash out worth looking up? Because if it's more entertaining than this, we'll watch it. Because I enjoy this content, but I enjoy it because I'm a nerd, not because it's like super interesting and like fun to watch. If the crash out's good, let's watch it. But if it's not good, if it's not like a big one,
is a prophet, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. We don't pray to Muhammad, peace be upon him. We pray to God and God alone. The biggest sin is praying to others than God. La ilaha illallah. There's only one worthy of worship.
What do you feel like your faith and you converting to Islam has given you?
It gave me so I said earlier, I knew this was going to go here. Like, what were you looking for when I was making those videos when I was a kid? I was looking for truth, and I found it. I found what the truth is, that there's one God, that people are always going to worship something, and if it's not God, it's going to be false idols, celebrities themselves. It's going to be their own ego. They're going to worship money. They'll worship fame. They'll worship, you know, Nicki Minaj or Trump. So we got to realize that we have to put our worship somewhere, and the best place of worship to put is toward the one almighty creator. And I found that truth, and now I know what I'm supposed to do. I no longer fear death. I know that this life is temporary. I know that this life is a test, and I know what my exact mission is and what I'm supposed to do.
What do you feel like your faith change has cost you?
It's cost me, well, I mean, if you're going to say, like, the gambling deal was offered 8 figures to gamble. I mean, I'm not going to gamble. I don't think I ever really would have, to be honest with you. I think it's cost me, you know, probably some audience members. You see, like, whenever I talk about that, like, even right now, you see the reaction. Christians get upset, and, you know, they try to disprove it. You get heavy criticism. People hold you to a different standard. It's funny that the same time, like the same day where, you know, I accidentally take a bite of pork and spit it out, that gets international, like, that's like literally everywhere, millions of views. That's the same day.
Let me see. What are you guys talking about? What's this about dogs? Cops are allowed to shoot aggressive dogs, but if you abuse a dog, you should be tortured to death. What? Wait a minute, what? Oh, fuck! Holy shit! Yo, fuck that guy! That's a puppy! What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Hold on, sorry about that. I realize I'm on screen right now. That's actually insane! Oh that poor puppy! What the fuck? What the fuck? Holy shit! Yeah, all right, you got me. Summer of Love 2.0, change team. I love it. I love it. Fuck yeah, Connor. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck that guy. What the fuck? That's so fucked. That's like evil. Well, it's death penalty crime. 100%. I will try to do that with some cold approaches. Yes, bud, true. You should. But wait, Sen, nah. What do you mean, nah? I can't believe you didn't see this. Yeah, dude, I didn't see that at all. I don't know. I'm not on Twitter. I don't fuck with Twitter. And I have been honestly playing a lot of Starfield, doing the Starfield mod. I've been doing way too much of that shit. So that's been about it. Look at what I replied to and see what he's saying in response. Dude, where? You gotta post it. Or like show me what you're talking about. Sorry, man. I can give you a mod, a wrench to post that shit if you need to. I don't know where to look. I saw that you posted it. It was cops are allowed to shoot aggressive dogs, but if you use a dog, I think you should be tortured to death. That's just fucking wild, bro. Oh, the dog clearly had a gun. Yeah. Yeah, anonymous, bro. That's fucking wild. I think I had to stop following the Destiny subreddit because they were talking shit about Connor too much and it pissed me off. They're being like big baby back bitches. It made me sad. So I was like, oh, you guys don't have to be big baby back bitches. But that was fucking insane. Like, that was literally insane. Why the fuck would you do that to a dog? Why would you do that? Like, it was obviously hyped up and shit. Yeah, it's running at you, but it's so small. Dude, if somebody did that to Layla... Fed post, terms of service, fed post. That's all I'm gonna say. If you fuck with my dog, bro, I'm catching a body. I'm catching several bodies if you fuck with my dog. I will not catch it. I will not be writing that rap. All right? I'm not going to the jail. You're gonna have to put me under if you fuck with my dog. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Well, QC John said, I say we need a legislation saying if a cop shoots your dog, you get to challenge him to a duel, either empty hand or gun in 6 paces. Bro, either way. Either way. Post it in your Discord. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Sorry, it's one of those things. Yeah. So fair fashion. I see that. Did Connor redeem himself? He did. Connor redeemed himself. Real quick. In response to the video, Connor said, all right, you got me. Summer of Love 2.0. Change team. Because that was so fucking unnecessary. That's insane. Why would you... Everybody already fucking hates ice. Everybody already fucking hates ice. And you go, you know what would be awesome? It's the timeline he saw this way earlier. It kind of made me look at the narrative of the last 2 ice shootings. Explain what you mean a little bit more, Fashion 40. Explain what you mean.
That Elijah Schaefer and Sarah Stock, these are both conservative Christian creators. I know both and I like them both. Apparently, Elijah was Sarah's boss and he sleeps with her. They're both married and they're cheating in their relationship and it was exposed. You can see different standards being placed. Christians.
True. There are a lot of shitty Christians, so I will actually give SNEAKO this too. A lot of Christians, especially the right-leaning like grifter types, are just fucking atrocious. They make like totally unchristian motivations and shit. It's insane. But 123 said, I love being the natural that gets insane results from the gym consistently. Those are your beginner gains, brother. Well, actually, no, your beginner gains were when you first started, like what, last year? So no, you're not in your beginner gains anymore. Bro, you just might have like those genetics where you're just gonna get build. Like eventually you'll hit a plateau. But that might not be for a while, man. You might get like 2 or 3 good years of just straight growth, which is insane. That's insane for like anybody. Sometimes Connor reacts hella fast, then like Pisco doesn't end up budging. With a dog kick, he's redeemed himself. True. And I think ultimately, right, what it comes down to is that Connor is always going to analyze shit from that like law enforcement point of view. And so if there's ever a situation where something is popped up where he reacted differently, I think he's always going to have like a different stance. Yeah, right politics, bro. Bud's over here mogging us going, but I can't talk to girls, bro. Dog, just let him feel one arm. You're good. All right, bud? All you have to do is say, hey, check out these. And just let them, and they're going to go, oh, ooh-wee. You're good. You're good. Who's Kalinda? Is that the new friend? Yeah, Kalinda is, well, I mean, I've seen a couple of her streams. I don't hang out nearly enough to like say I'm her friend, but I should stop by more. I should stop by more. She is, yeah, Kalinda is the Loner Box Orbiter. But she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. She does good streams. She's Canadian, if that offends you. Always makes me feel a different type of way, but she's pretty good. These are beginner gains from consistency. I was inconsistent for years. I now have chest striations when I flex, which is hard to get as natural. It's so fucking cool. Today I did a full happy birthday without any warm-up, so suck my grill. Hey, I did a full happy baby without any warm-up, so suck my grill. Huge work. Huge work.
It'll be like, okay, they're imperfect, they're sinning, and I agree. But if I accidentally pour, the scrutiny that you get for being Muslim
map maker I know is Canadian. There you go.
Amplified times 1,000 compared to other relates. When you're public about it, there's so much more division, anger. There's more of a target. Not only that, you get it from the Zionist agenda that has done so much to call Muslims terrorists and to try to say that the radical Islamists are taking over America. You're like, what are you talking about? Trump brought Netanyahu 5 times this term here. Trump had Mark Levin put his arm around Trump and said, Trump's the first Jewish president.
A happy baby. A happy birthday is tantric, not yoga. I don't know anything about any of that. Paulie JK said, by the way, if y'all see me with my YouTube name on some of their channels commenting, it's for obvious reasons. You can dox my Discord name. Will do. Bo123 said, it will be fine. I just need to get past my social skills barrier and then try to make girlfriends with cold approaches and things will get better. Bingo, brother! And it's tough and it's hard, but identifying the problem is a big part of overcoming the problem. And I'm sure if you haven't already, there are plenty of ways that you could find like practical ways of improving your social skills to a point. I'm sure you could find a way. I'm sure you could do it. I think like with Fell Runner Sex. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that riveting comment. Sex. Thank you. Thank you. Fashion 40 said it's more of a consistency thing to me, but maybe I'm overreacted. I don't know. No sex. Well, there we go. Oh, Fell Runner. I was clarifying. There you go. Okay. Until she's my girlfriend, no sex. Based. Initiating the conversation is half the battle. Ask some questions, you'll be fine. Also, again, compliment people on things they actively have to work on. If she, has like a cool fucking bang or whatever, say, yo, dude, I love your hair. Or say, hey, that's a really fucking cool shirt. Or, yo, those shoes, that's really sick. Or even something like, hey, that bag is honestly really cool. I've never seen that design before. Something like that. Obviously be truthful, but if you can pick out one thing, because like, here's the thing, right? If somebody obviously looks like they put in a lot of work on their makeup, on their hair, on their clothes, it's really cool to say, hey, that shirt, whatever, looks awesome. Because you're complimenting essentially their work. It's different to say, your tits look nice, sugar bear, because that's just saying your body is great, which is not something somebody has to work on, right? But like if you say, yo, your makeup looks fucking great, people appreciate that. And it's also a good icebreaker because I can tell you one thing right now, you don't have to give a fuck about any makeup or anything as long as you sit there and you listen. That is the difference between a fucking chud bud and somebody who will actually have a long-term stable relationship. Listening, using your ears. That's it. Well, QC John, base, the dog just sent me and Connor over the edge. 100%, 100%. Your hand is going to wonder when you're going to put a ring on it. Fell Runner, that's funny as fuck. Polix JK said, yeah, simple compliment and keep walking by is also a good move from time to time. It shows not intent to intrude. Half the time they'll come say hi later. Yes, and it's not like mind games or anything, right? Because as long as you're genuine, as long as you're being genuine when you say, hey, I think your hair looks bomb, or girl, that fucking shirt is tight as shit. I love that band, or I love that, you know, fucking thing. Or like, you don't even have to be like as fucking upfront. You can just like, there are a bunch of different ways to play it. Just make sure you're not complimenting somebody on something that they can't fucking like change, right? Or I guess they can change, but don't compliment anybody on anything that would take longer than like 5 minutes to fix. So like their hair, or longer than like 10 minutes to fix. So like their hair, their clothes, makeup, whatever, shoes. Don't compliment like, don't say, girl, that ass is fat as fuck, or I love the way those thighs look. Don't say that kind of shit. If you would say the same thing about a nice piece of chicken, don't say it about a lady. There you go. Be ready to be rejected. Don't be a dick after. Yes. Oh my God, dude. It's funny as fuck, actually. I've rejected ladies. There was one time I was at the bars up in Athens for New Year's. My girlfriend and her like 3 friends were in the bathroom. I was standing in line having to piss like a racehorse. Some random girl came up behind me, felt up my chest. I was like, what the fuck? I threw her off. She was like, oh. She's like, hey. I was like, what's up? My girlfriend's in that bathroom. If she comes out and sees you touching me, she's gonna beat your ass. And she goes, oh, can I cut in front of you? And I was like, fuck no, dude, I gotta piss. So yeah, it was just a weird experience I had. It was really weird. I'm a big boy too. She felt a lot of man titty. It was weird. Hey, great lived experience. It looks good on you. I know, right? Which bar? Cutters? It was a bar that definitely got pinged for like having bartenders or creepy dudes rape girls. It was not a good bar. It was the one that did the frozen slushies, if that is enough of an answer for you. Yeah, wasn't a good experience for those people. But yeah. Sorry, I don't remember the name of the bar.
And Trump goes, it's true. It's true. It's like, so how are Muslims taking over America?
Me and my boy were once so dumbfounded when 2 girls came up to us, lost in catching up. We asked them if they went to UFC. They were wearing UFC Sorority Rush Week shirts. We blew it in 10 seconds. Oof! Strikeout. Bud123, my buddies and I went to Cutters for dollar beer night, and they had great experiences, a lot of fun. That sounds dope. I don't remember what beer or what bar I was at. I just remember getting felt up and thinking, please don't touch me, I'm scared.
When just look what's in your face. Muslims make up, what, 3% of the American population? And like they say, Muslims are taking over because they're praying in Times Square. It's like, what? This is like an Eid prayer. Times Square is a place where drug deals and Cookie Monster and gorillas hang out, and Mexican Elmo is taking pictures of money. It's like, okay, this prayer took 15 minutes. This is really a huge deal. So
yeah, but we just not gonna let you celebrate in our square, bro. Like,
ooh, there you go. There you go. No. We can actually full circle this back to SNEAKO having his problem with like gay people or whatever. Because ultimately, like, is it not true that SNEAKO is complaining about, you know, people not like being cool with their shit being celebrated, but then he's not cool with gay people being celebrated? Both are just choices, right, man? I'm happy I'm into fashion. It makes linking with girl easy. True, Fashion 40, bro. You have such a leg up. You have such a leg up. Dog, we used to have nickel beer night. Inflation is a bitch. $10 cover. Oh, politics. That sounds fucking crazy. Is his problem wanting to fuck them? Holy fuck.
Y'all just praying? Y'all can do that at home. You don't gotta do that over here.
I don't consider that a celebration. Prayer is different.
Well, it's worship. You can worship at home, bro.
You could, but there's a difference between pride, which is one of the seven deadly. You shouldn't even take pride in this stuff. Praying is like is a gathering, and obviously there's so many people you can't fit in a mosque. You can't fit in home.
They can do it in the parking lot. You ain't gotta do that in our spaces. We don't want to. No pride parades, no Puerto Rican parades, no public displays of like everybody praying together. We want none of that. None of those freedoms. That's a wrap. Well, if you're not winning, if you're not achieving something, I don't want to see you in the streets out here gathering in big numbers.
Let's fucking go, Abba. Get his ass.
It's either that.
There's a difference between. I said celebration, right? Puerto Rican parades, Dominican parades, all this stuff. Chinese, they celebrate. They have this all the time. So if there's like a 15-minute prayer, this should also be allowed in a site.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I got you.
No, dude. SNEAKO was getting fucking tilted, bro. He was getting tilted there. He was like, fuck you. What are you saying?
All right.
Little baby back ass bitch.
People often question your religious change. What is something that you do as labor that people don't necessarily see, but that you feel like is part of your religious journey or your bond? And that's something that's more regular.
Fashion, same. I fucking love ABBA, dude. He's great.
Repeat. I don't understand the question.
So, faith and a journey of faith is normally something that involves labor. Now, labor can be a lot of different things. It's reoccurring commitment and action that you will take. So, what is?
Yeah, no, I know Fashion. I was saying earlier. I think you might not have been here, but I was saying earlier that like ABBA is doing a great job keeping chill, being calm, and like not escalating. So Fellrunner, essentially, a lot of it is ABBA just kind of poking and prodding at SNEAKO to get a better understanding. So far, what I'll say is that it sounds like SNEAKO has conflicting beliefs on how gay people shouldn't be celebrated or whatever, but also people get all up in arms about Muslims practicing their First Amendment. And so I feel like ABBA rightly pointed out like the kind of contradiction between those two. SNEAKO tried to recover by saying like, oh no, it's different because one's a celebration. It's like, oh, okay, buddy. If you're doing a public prayer is on a public celebration of your faith, like that's where I would go. But like I said earlier, ABBA's been doing a great job at being very much like a middleman, like a good just kind of like conversationalist, more so than like a debate lord. And I really fuck with that about ABBA. He's doing a great job.
A form of that you do from a religious standpoint that people don't necessarily see online?
I mean, Juma prayer.
Dancing Queen, 17, her the tambourine. I fucking love that song, dude. I'll pay attention. Fuck you. You're never gonna pay attention.
Isha prayer, Fajr. I mean, right now, to be perfectly, I'm not perfect. I have been missing a lot of prayers. I'm streaming so much. Maybe I should take a break during stream to pray. But I mean, zakat is something that doesn't happen on stream. That's the charity. You're supposed to give 2.5% of your earnings every year to charity. All this stuff is.
Well, Fashion, I would love to do that kind of stuff. Genuinely, I like talking to people, getting to the bottom of how they feel about things. The problem is, one, I don't have the clout. Two, I don't have the, I guess, conversational experience, right? Like, I would want to have, like, productive conversations with people, but I wouldn't want it to be like, okay, we had this productive conversation, and then that's it. Like, there's no change, because that's really frustrating, and I've had that a lot already in my life with people like actually in my life. So I don't know. That sounds like it would be tough. But Fashion 40, I think you're based. I think you're based.
It's not public. Going to the masjid every Friday. There's not so that much I've been
masjid, mosque, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are things that not necessarily happen on camera or people don't necessarily are aware about, but these are things that you do that feel like they ground you and it's part of the process you need.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call it labor. It's
it could be duty. It could be a duty, responsibility, whatever. Labor is just the idea of working towards something. It's something that you have to do.
Yeah, I don't see it as work because it's what is the best.
This is like a level -1. Like, I don't see it as work. Yes, but it's still it's a spiritual labor. When I like go out and give alms to the poor, it's a spiritual labor. When I go do Habitat for Humanity, it's a yes, it's a physical labor, true, but it's also a spiritual labor. I'm doing it not because I want to feel good about myself, but because it's helping somebody else. That's the spiritual labor part. I think SNEAKO is just being stupid about saying, oh, well, it's not like work. Like, yeah, it's not work to go to church and pray and, do a donation in the basket. But it's a spiritual labor. ABBA's just being too smart. That's all it is. I'll be back in 15. You don't have to stay up. Well, we might stay up a little bit longer. We're having a good time. I'm having a good time. I don't know about you guys. This is fucking long, dude. How long have they been going? They went for a while. Holy shit. We're not watching all of this. I'll tell you that much.
Best for you. Like before IRL streams in Miami, I always play Ayatul Kursi, which is the protection prayer. It's supposed to protect you because I'm around a lot of demonic activity. Get the evil eye on me all the time. A lot of people trying to destroy me.
When you defend the U.S. empire and oil overseas, it is a spiritual work. True. 3 hours. That's a long talk, man.
Even with threats of my life and trying to kill me. So it's like that protection does keep you steadfast and helps me. It's reassuring.
Got you. Okay. If you had to describe Malcolm X politically or spiritually, how would you do that?
As somebody who
what do you stand for?
Growth.
That's a cop out. That's a cop out, bro. No, what were his political and spiritual beliefs? You heard that fucking question.
Physical representation of growth and of, you know, he grew up in extremely difficult circumstances and he became the best he could be.
And how would you describe him politically? Yeah, how would you describe him politically?
So most of his time politically, a lot of white supremacists actually did like him because he was also advocating for segregation. Perhaps that's why he was assassinated, because eventually he was like preaching for unity towards the end, right after Mecca. But beforehand, he wanted segregation. White supremacists were like, oh yeah, us too. Malcolm X was saying that black people need to work for each other, that we need to get rid of this mindset that's holding us back. He was trying to uplift and trying to adopt the...
Is SNEAKO half black or part black? Genuinely, I didn't like, not to say like anything about his skin tone or anything, but I just didn't know. Well, QC John, also extremely exhausting. Look, it's really hard being the guy to say US imperialism is based, because everybody thinks it's bad now, okay? It's hard. All right, well, QC John, I understand. It's hard for you, okay? It's really difficult.
Same ideology that the white people had for black people specifically. So politically,
he's conflating. Yeah, exactly. He's conflating what Malcolm X says. Exactly. He's half black, half Asian. I think Asian. I could believe Asian. I wasn't sure about black, but hey, that's on me. That's on me. Look, don't let my pasty ass fool you. I don't even have enough fucking African DNA to show up on a 23andMe test. All right. I'm pretty sure I'm like one of those Neanderthals. Maybe, honestly, that would explain a lot. That would explain. I'm not as hairy as some, but that would explain a lot. It might be the wrong type of oil.
I mean, it does kind of range. Some people say that he was a socialist. I know Malcolm X definitely leaned towards democratic socialism and communism. Malcolm X, he was very critical of Zionism as well. But I would say he didn't really...
Half Haitian. Okay, Fashion 40. That makes sense. That's what it was. Oh my God, yes. I forgot because SNEAKO was one of the people who actually said, hey, that Haitian like cats and dog shit is fucked up, because he is half Haitian. Thank you, Fashion 40. Thank you so much. Dude, me and SNEAKO the same color. Are you sure? Is it my monitor then? I feel like when I saw you, you were slightly darker. I don't know. But it's also been a minute. I don't remember when you were on camera. You could have been backlit. Who knows? But I feel like SNEAKO is probably just a little washed out then. But it's also been... I don't know. Bro, you know I'm light-skinned as fuck. Look, listen, look. I don't see color, okay? Look at me. Look, you see how pale this is, bro? I can't afford to see color, all right? My broke ass can't afford it. I'm printing on one thing only. And it's all white here. My girlfriend teases me I always have lights. Oh shit. Okay, well I'll be more on it in the future, okay? Let me be clear. I literally can't afford to see any colors, okay? Wait, you know what? I appreciate that. I'm glad. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Tap into, from my understanding, his books and his speeches, it was mostly about how black people should work together.
Well, post Nation of Islam, there was a lot of discussion from him about human rights. It shifted from black rights to human rights specifically. And he believed in the potential to work with folks. He didn't believe in the idea that whites were necessarily evil, that, you know, there's good in all groups of people. And that was part of his faith journey. Even when you say, like, white supremacists kind of like that, I don't think that's a very accurate retelling. He wanted a space that was safe for black folks. The idea of white supremacists wasn't one in which black people had freedom and safety or segregation and that they were separated, it's that they were treated as second-class citizens and their privileged position in society was maintained. So I kind of reject that idea that what you described at the end there in terms of him. I do agree that there was some aspect of separation, but, you know.
So, like, that right there, can I just say again real quick, I fucking love how Abba is handling that. He's saying, like, look, here's how I perceive it. I have a disagreement with you. Obviously, like, I agree with some of it, but this is like a part where I disagree fundamentally. And it's done in a respectful way. It's not like, you fucking idiot, I can't believe you said X. Obviously, Y is the truth. And I understand that that's like a very small thing, but with somebody like SNEAKO, with somebody who is like, who has been scorned and burned enough by, like, be it the right or the left or whatever side you're trying to argue for, right? Coming at it from an empathetic point of view, from saying, I hear what I hear what you're saying when you say this, when you say X. I would add YZ to make it right. And I appreciate what Abba's doing here. I think Abba's doing a great job.
Segregation, especially in that time, there's no way that they were aligned in that regard. Do you think they were?
There were definitely differences, but what they agreed upon is some aspects of segregation. Obviously, the white supremacists were probably saying, right, second-class citizens, but Malcolm X was also advocating for segregation. Not the same way, but there was an overlap. He wanted the best. He wanted black people to work for themselves. And so many white supremacists were like, oh, this guy wants them to be by themselves? Okay, cool. Let's embrace him.
Is SNEAKO... So I think there might be a disconnect there, because it sounds like Abba is talking post-Nation of Islam, while SNEAKO is talking during like during the Nation of Islam. I feel like those are two different messages, unless of course I'm wrong and Malcolm X didn't start to advocate, well, me and I guess Abba would be wrong, that Malcolm X didn't start to advocate for more like progressive pro-humanity instead of just pro-black policies.
Okay. If Malcolm X existed today, what do you think he would think of you?
That's a good question. I think he would disagree with my alignment with some people. I think he would be critical about the overlap that I have with political figures. And I think he would, well, it depends on which Malcolm X, to be honest with you. Like,
we'll talk about post-Nation of Islam, because I think that's the most evolved or the most learned person. So
Mecca Malcolm?
Yeah, post-Nation of Islam, so after Mecca, yeah.
I think he would disagree with Nick Fuentes a lot. And he would try to guide people, or he'd try to lead. I think he would, be very politically active. I think he'd be very critical of Israel. He was like really, he was spot on about Israel back then. And, the manipulation going on in New York City specifically, he's done a lot of speeches about that. I think he would spend a lot of time talking about Netanyahu, criticizing Trump for that. And I think he'd be very critical of the conservative movement. And what he would think of me is like that, he'd definitely point out some of the allies I keep and say that's imperfect.
I think that's a fan-fucking-tastic question from Abba there, and I think that's a question that you could use and take forward, honestly, into your personal lives. If you know somebody really likes and respects a historical figure, so much so that they've read a biography or two, so much so that they actively said they impacted them in their life, I think it is a really fair question to make them, like, after you prove, obviously, like Abba has, that he knows his shit, I think it's a really good question to ask, like, hey, so, like, how do you think that they would see you today? And sometimes they might they probably won't be as insightful, honestly. As much as people clown on SNEAKO for a lot of his shit, he really is an insightful dude. Like, there aren't enough people, I should say, that actively take the time to, like, look inward and say, answer a question like that honestly and truthfully with, like, the reflection to know that they're not perfect. Because most people would say probably the answer to that, the low IQ, or I should say the non-mind palace answer is not in like a, like, you can't conjure it way and like you have no internal monologue way. To answer that is, I think Malcolm X would find my dedication to Islam lacking in some respects, but he would love how much I'm spreading and promoting it. He would love that I am trying to promote black excellence or whatever, and he'd love the love for the Haitians that I gave, and that would be it. Instead of being honest and saying, yeah, I don't think he'd like that I hang out with fucking Nick Fuentes. I think he'd probably have a lot of choice words for him. He'd probably have a lot of choice words for me. He'd probably not condemn me, but cuff me behind the ear or whatever for a couple of beliefs I have. And I think that that's a really honest thing, and I think that's tough for a lot of people to do. Real quick, reading two chats from Fashion 40. The issue is Malcolm didn't want the black on black crabs in the barrel mentality. Malcolm wanted black people to be self-sufficient, not want the over-reliance on the government. True. That's true, yeah, which I would consider Well, I don't know. I guess that's a more conservatarian opinion, right? My thing with SNEAKO is he's been looking for a big brother, a mentor, and he's run into people who aren't the best examples. Tate, Fuentes, Destiny. True. Honestly, I think Abba would probably be pretty good. I feel like Abba is a dude who is sane enough and has enough checks in his life to like not be a fucking like crazy dude. Because I do think that SNEAKO represents the genuinely curious and inquisitive like younger male, younger adult male, and I think that he's really good at filling that role. And I think it's a goddamn shame that he hasn't found somebody who can like fill that role better than the people he has. Because I do think that he's a smart dude. And I think he could be a really influential guy. I just think he's fucking misstepped just a few too many times and he's hanging out with the wrong crowd. And that's a weird fucking like it's the same feeling I've gotten with like some of the kids I used to teach. It's one of those things where it's like, fuck, man, like you really could be amazing. Like you could do awesome things. You're a smart dude, but you're fucking around with the wrong people. Your friends are all out of whack. And like, I can't reach you to tell you like, hey, they're going to fuck you up forever because they don't care about you. But whatever, you know? Brother Kaiju EXE said not all of them, but a lot of people share one or two quotes in meme format and thinks the same as reading bios. Not even making fun of, just objectively speaking. Got to spread awareness in the right way. True. Very true. That's why I caveated a little bit with my spiel there, but oh, fuck. Anyway, guys, I think, honestly, I'm getting pretty tired. 2.5 hours is not bad. I feel like that's a pretty good stream. I feel like we had a lot of people in here tonight. We had a good time. If you guys could please like the stream, share it with your friends, subscribe, all that jazz, tell everybody about it, because we're going to hang out. We're going to be here. I should be live again this weekend. If not this weekend, then certainly Monday. I'm thinking I'll be live either Saturday or Sunday, and then I'll be live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as long as I don't have to go into work. If I do have to go into work, I'll still try to go live because I need to. But yeah. Anyway, we'll figure that out. Real quick, gonna catch up with chat for a bit, and then I will actually sayonara. But so, well, QC John said, in honesty, he's not gonna find that big brother on the internet. Most streamers are clout hungry, looking for quick hits that make money. True. He shouldn't be looking for a big brother on the internet, right? He should be looking for like, I don't know, like a mentor or something in like his religion. Like if he was more serious about it, in my opinion, if he's gonna like, because like here's one thing, right? I'm not gonna parade myself around as like, you know, Catholic or whatever. If someone asks, you know, what religion do you follow? Yeah, sure. But like, I'm not gonna go around and parade myself as that because I know I'm lacking a lot in my faith. I feel like SNEAKO knows he's lacking a lot in his faith, but he's still going around and saying he's a proud Muslim. And it's like, if you want to find that big brother figure, why not go to your fucking, sorry, I know the word. It's just on the tip of my tongue. It's been a long fucking day. It's been a long day at work, chat. Later, dude. Catch you later. I'm streaming tomorrow. Pull up. I will Fashion 40. I will fucking be there in chat to support you, dog. But anyway, real quick, last thoughts, final thoughts. SNEAKO should find a big brother off the internet. He should find a big brother in one of his in like his imam or in somebody who is, you know, more knowledgeable in his faith, because he could do a lot of good in the world if he found somebody who was a better influence. SNEAKO should talk to Connor. True. I think SNEAKO and Connor would connect on a lot, but I feel like the jokes that SNEAKO, like if SNEAKO made racial jokes or Connor did, they would cross wires there and it would be different. Connor would be laughing at the joke, SNEAKO would be laughing at the racism. But I do think they should talk. I think it'd be awesome if they talked. I think it'd be a great time. But all right, guys, I have yapped enough. My throat is sore, my head hurts, and my eyes are tired. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. If I don't catch you this weekend, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. If I do catch you, I'll catch you 7:30 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday, and then 7:30 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because I'm a good streamer, lad, and I'm going to get my hours for Weld QC John. Maybe gaming tomorrow after news. I'll do a little bit of news, then we'll go into gaming. We could also watch the rest of this SNEAKO video if we want. Up to you guys, but either way, have a good one. I love you all parasocially. I'll see you next time. Later.